Welcome back to another episode of the Don't Overthink It podcast. My name is Brett James, and I'm joined by my co-host, Darian ChillTakes, here with me today. We got a lot to get into today, man. A crazy day in the NFL community, man, from Aaron Rodgers to Russell Wilson, and obviously the biggest news in the NFL coming with Cam Robinson, getting that franchise tag placed on him.
Yeah, man.
It was crazy, man. But we do got some NBA stuff we're going to be talking about today. The Jazz and the Warriors, our Jazz and Warriors, I should say, have definitely been struggling a little bit as of lately, man. Things have been kind of rough. And Russell Westbrook has been getting a lot of criticism, as is his wife. So we'll get into that a little bit later on, too. But, Darian, man, we got to talk about that bad man, Aaron Rodgers. Aaron Rodgers is what I call him now, even though he's still my GOAT.
Yeah.
He's still my GOAT. But, I mean, after that playoff performance, he officially became Aaron Rodgers to me. But we got to talk about that boy going back to Green Bay, man. The ultimate drama queen finally made up his mind.
Yeah.
Devontae Adams is now getting retained. He's hit that franchise tag on him now, too, man. Talk to me about Aaron Rodgers getting this 4-year, $200 million deal. I think it's $153 million guaranteed. Give me your initial reaction to this, and what does this mean for the Green Bay Packers moving forward, man?
Yeah. So, first of all, Rodgers came out earlier today and said that his contracts, the rumors and the pay scale of what's going on isn't true. So, the $200 the $200 million extension and the $153 million guarantee isn't quote unquote true. But if it is, I don't know, man. That's a big deal for a 38-year-old quarterback. All their money's invested in him now. They just have him and Devontae.
It's gonna be $70 million towards them too.
That's a lot of money, bro. I mean, you losing guys like Darius Smith. You're pretty sure you're going to lose more along the way. I mean, you got to keep in mind, you got to pay guys like Jair Alexander next year.
I was just about to say Jair's coming up.
Darnell Savage. I'm pretty sure Adrian Amos might get dealt away, maybe, to free up some more money, because it's just pretty crazy, man. I mean, they got a lot of guys in the contract. David
Jones is coming up soon.
No, Aaron Jones got paid. He
got paid last year. That's what it was.
So Aaron Jones just got paid. David Bakhtiari, he just got paid a few years back as well. So you have a lot of guys tied in. MVS is gonna be gone. He's be a free agent this year. They have Alan Lazar still. Randall Cobb is gonna be gone.
Jaguar legend.
Robert Tonyan's gonna be a free agent.
I forgot about Tonyan. Yeah, man.
He's gonna be a free agent. So there's a lot of guys about to hit the market for them. So they did a lot of investment into Aaron Rodgers. Will it pay out? We don't know, but the NFC North is, still favorable in their way. They still have the better coach in the division. They still have
the best player in the division.
Yeah, the best player in the division. Now, overall talent, I think they still have it, but I mean, if the Vikings can make some moves, they can really, make a name for themselves. Also the Bears, but I'm looking at someone like Jordan Love, bro. Like, what a waste of a pick.
Traded up to get him.
Jordan Love, pick what, 23, 24? 20?
I think it was 27. I could be mistaken. That's off just memory.
Yeah, so it's around the 20 range. I mean, he was set to be your next guy, and came from Utah. He was like a solid quarterback there. He had a lot of hype, but this just locks up that he's not going to see the field for another 5 years. He's already 22 now, 23.
Probably. He was the number 26 pick, not number 27 pick.
Check his age real quick, because he's 22. I would say 21.
He's 23.
23. Okay, so 5 years from now, he's going to be 28.
He's not going to be sitting there. He's not going
to be there for sitting. That's just a waste.
They're obviously not going to extend him either when his contract's up.
So if I were the Green Bay Packers, I'll try to get something out of him in the next few days. It's unfortunate, but for him as well, but they got to get something out of him. I don't know what they're going to get. They're not going to get a first for him. They're not going to get a second. They're not going to get a third. They're probably going to get a fourth. Maybe a third or a fourth. They're not going
to get some kind of even Sam Darnold type deal.
No.
Not even close.
No Carson Wentz deal. No Sam Darnold deal. No Jared Goff deal. I mean, it's going to be just, you got to do what you got to do. And it's unfortunate, but they got to let him go.
Yeah.
They got to get some type of compensation. They might get a deal. Who knows? The Washington football team might throw them
Commanders.
A second. My bad. The Commanders might throw them a second,
Yeah.
Pittsburgh might throw a second. But
I actually got it. Well, here. So if you had to think, where do you think Jordan Love's going to go? That's one follow-up, and then the other follow-up to that is going to be, does Aaron Rodgers get a ring in the next 3 to 4 years under this contract?
That's a good question.
That's what I want you to kind of end on, and then I'll...
Jordan Love, I could see the Commanders going for him. The Steelers.
I got
maybe Indy.
Yeah, maybe Indy. I didn't think about that.
I can
maybe
see Indy. But I think they invested a first round pick into Carson Wentz, so I'm not pretty sure they're not going to give up any more draft capital. I really can't see anybody else. You got a team in mind?
Yeah, I do, but I want to hear your thoughts though on Aaron Rodgers. Do you think that they're going to get a ring under his contract?
The NFC. The biggest thing about this though, the NFC is about to be weak.
It is.
The NFC is about to be weak.
Yeah,
very weak. Outside of them and the Rams and the Cardinals and the 49ers. So it's what, 4 teams?
Yeah.
4 teams.
3 or 4 teams, yeah.
4 teams, right? That are clear cut. Okay, these guys are playoff locks. Because I'm pretty sure the Packers are going to make it to the playoffs again.
Yeah.
And I can say that at least 3 of the NFC West teams will make it to the playoffs. But after that, man, it's like the NFC South is terrible.
Yeah.
The Buccaneers are about to get ramshacked. You know, 18 free agents hitting the market. They're going to be terrible next year. New quarterback and everything. I think he can get to the NFC Championship. It depends who they play. It depends any more moving pieces. You know, you might see Deshaun Watson go to the Eagles.
That is true.
If that loss we can get figured out, because if you put Watson,
what about the NFC East? Because you know that the Cowboys are
5-5. Cowboys are a team as well, but they're
gonna lose a lot of pieces as well too.
They're losing a lot, but they still have their talented core on defense.
Yes, in a very bad division.
Yeah, very bad division, right? So you got to see where the chips may fall. The Commanders might try to strike out for, someone like Deshaun Watson. I mean, there was a report that came out and said that they were in the Russell Wilson territory, but they were very fidgety on how they felt about getting rid of Chase Young. They should have, because they have a deep defensive line. So I think they can make it to the NFC Championship within these next 4 or 5 years, at least twice. Ring, I don't know, man. I just don't see it. They don't have enough talent. I mean, so many people are going to step up on that team. I mean, they're losing some quality guys like Rasul Douglas, who stepped up this year in the absence of Jair Alexander. He's going to test free agency. He's gone. They're losing pass rushers. They still have Kenny Clark. They still got Preston Smith. They don't have any linebackers. They're not
going to be paying any of these guys.
They don't have any linebackers. I think one of the guys, Baines, Kiki Baines.
Yes.
You know what I'm talking about?
I know exactly what 51.
Yeah, he's gone. They are in cap hell. So hopefully this Aaron Rodgers deal isn't $200 million.
And 153 guaranteed, yeah.
Hopefully it's not that. Because if they are, I mean, you got to think next year. They got to pay Devontae Adams next year.
Yeah. I mean, unless they want to tag him again.
Which probably will.
They probably will.
But I'm pretty sure sooner or later he's going to get paid.
Yeah. You
know what I'm saying? So that means possibly you're letting Jair walk next year. I mean, then you have Eric Stokes. You're going to have to get his money soon too.
Yeah.
It is a weird situation for Green Bay. They're betting on Aaron Rodgers, which I don't got a problem with. But in my opinion, I was all in favor from just letting him go. Just trading him away. Look, you see what the draft haul to Russell Wilson was.
Yeah.
Imagine that for the
Rodgers right now.
Yeah. And probably giving up,
I think, at least 3 first rounders.
3 first rounders and maybe Darnell Savage.
Yeah.
Or
you get a nice
Jordan Love
haul
for sure.
Oh, absolutely.
Oh no, it would have been Jordan Love. My bad. It would have been
you can still
Jordan Love would have been
Jordan, yeah.
But still, then you would have had a possibility of losing Devontae Adams. So I get it, but
yeah.
I don't know. The Green Bay is a little shaky right now, but we'll see.
Yeah. So I want to first start off by kind of talking about when that news broke, and and like Darian said, hopefully that contract is
money,
not $200 million,
because he's the highest paid player in the NFL right now.
Yeah, more than Mahomes now.
More than Mahomes.
And which is ridiculous. And it's not because Rodgers is... Look, even if Rodgers did get that contract, he's actually deserving of that money.
He is
1,000%.
$50 million a year?
Yeah. He's worth that money, but if he genuinely said, I know that if I'm going to take this money, we're not going to be able to pay the players around me to make us better, then that's on him. He's going to have to, eat that up. It is, but... If he just wanted the money, then by all means he deserves that money.
He does.
But that's, like I said, it's give or take, you know. So we'll have to actually see when the full contract details come out, which I'm just for right now, I'm going to take it for what it is. $200 million, $153 million guaranteed. Devontae Adams, I think as a Jaguars fan, a lot of us fantasize about that. I think a lot of the Raiders did. A lot of fan bases did. I think even Denver did. But
that's $20 million gone too.
Yeah, that's fine. We'll have to see what happens with Devontae. Obviously, you're still going to have a premium offense. You're still going to win the NFC North. And like we said, that division and the conference has gotten significantly weaker now. So there's just really not... What's the word I'm looking for? Not much competition. That's what I'm looking for. And like we've said, there's like 4 or 5
teams.
Legitimate teams, unless the Eagles really take a huge step up this season, which I think is possible. But there just really is not a lot of deep competition in the NFC like we do see in the AFC now. But a team that Jordan Love, and I almost feel bad for the guy because he was drafted into a situation which he probably thought was going to benefit him playing under a Hall of Fame all-time quarterback. But now he's not even getting an opportunity, and he was shamed for never really having an opportunity, just playing in a couple games, really.
Kind of reminds me of the Jimmy Garoppolo situation. But the only reason why Jimmy Garoppolo saw the field because of suspension.
Exactly. Because it was like 4 games Brady got suspended. But Jimmy G always played good. Also, you played under Belichick and then Shanahan. But a team that I don't think anyone's talking about is, I want to see him go to Atlanta. Right? Just because I think Atlanta's got the nuggets of pieces on offense that can benefit him. I'm not saying he's a starter over Matt Ryan. Matt Ryan's got 1 or 2 more years left in him. Let's just keep this real. Matt Ryan's on his downfall. Let him sit behind Matt Ryan for a year or 2. See what he's got in Atlanta. If you feel like he's not the guy moving forward, kind of like we see Dwayne Haskins in Pittsburgh, you saw him sit behind Big Ben. Let him play it out with Mason Rudolph this offseason. If he's not it, then fine. Go and take your Kenny Pickett. Go and get another quarterback in the draft. And same thing for Atlanta. Atlanta could give up a 4th or 5th round pick and just go snag him. That's not going to hurt them. They've got Kyle Pitts on offense. They've got Cordell Patterson. They can have some guys.
Patterson.
That is true.
He might be leaving too.
He might be.
They have a lot of money invested into Matt Ryan.
I mean, they'd be taking a gamble on Calvin Ridley as well too. So, literally, yeah. So I mean, just
I ain't got much to say.
I don't got much to say about that. He's just but hope he's well though. Otherwise, all jokes aside, but I mean, I think I'd like to see Jordan Love in Atlanta. I think that's a team that I don't think a lot of people are talking about, because then in a year or 2, instead of waiting 4 or 5 years down the road, he can maybe get an opportunity. And I'd like to see him actually have an opportunity, because we'll never know with this guy. I don't want this guy just to be sitting down for the rest of his career in a predicament where he was never given an opportunity. But last thing I'll kind of say, for me at least, about Rodgers and Adams is, good for them. I've always been a huge Rodgers fan growing up, like a lot of us in our generation, idolizing him as well. Devontae Adams, to me, is still the best receiver in football. Absolutely. Good for Green Bay. I think that they're a phenomenal team. They're not going to be able to pay these guys really after this year, and really no one else on this team for the next year or 2 moving forward. So Green Bay's window is literally right now. I don't see them beating a top contender in the AFC. I'll wait really till the season starts, until all the moves are done. But, I mean, do I think that they're going to win a Super Bowl in the next 4 years? No. Will they get there? I think they actually might get to 1 or 2. I do think that they can get there. And this actually might be the year that they do, just because it feels like an immense amount of pressure. But I don't see them winning it.
I felt like last year was a lot of pressure. I mean, it was supposed to be the last dance, And they running it back.
I got to plug my laptop in, so you can keep talking.
Yeah. I mean, now going back to the Matt Ryan situation, I would love that, actually. I would love that. That's a great addition to the Falcons. However, with someone like Matt Ryan, like, if I'm the Falcons, if I'm bringing Jordan Love, I kind of want to get rid of Matt Ryan, like, instantly.
Who's taking Matt Ryan right now?
I think someone would. I think a team would take. Well, you wouldn't trade him within the division.
That's what I'm saying.
But I think a team would take Matt Ryan, but his penalty is ridiculous, bro. It's like $46 million if they cut him.
Oh my goodness.
So they'll have to take in someone that can endure that contract. I don't know who's out there that can take a contract, haul like that, like a player out there, but I mean, it would have to be something like, hypothetically speaking, right? This is not going to happen.
Yeah.
It'll have to be like someone like Matt Ryan to the Seahawks for Jamal Adams in lower draft capital. Because Jamal Adams has a pretty big contract, so you can kind of.
They got to move on from him too in Seattle.
You can kind of make that make sense and split it up, but that's not going to happen because the Seahawks don't care about winning right now. I mean, they're all about the future.
They should literally just blow this entire team up, the entire thing up.
We'll talk about that in a second.
Yeah, I was
but I love that pick. I would love to see Jordan Love there, but I think he's definitely gonna be gone. If I'm the Green Bay Packers, man, why keep him? I mean, you're doing a disservice by him, you know.
Yeah, you're literally wasting his opportunity,
and you want to get as much for him as you can. Last year, the thought was, okay, this is his last year.
Rodgers last year.
He's gonna be the guy going forward. Everybody's prepared for the Jordan Love era,
and then an MVP season happened.
Right. So Again, yeah, he did one again, didn't he? That's crazy. That's a talented dude, man.
Yeah, Rodgers went back to back like Jokic is about to go back to back.
There you go, throwing in that Nikola little side piece. But anyways, yeah, man, I would like to see Jordan Love with the Steelers, Commanders, the Colts. The Colts would make a lot of sense too, but they're not going to give up any more draft compensation. They don't have a first round pick, so those two teams, Commanders and Steelers.
Yeah.
Everywhere else, I just don't see it. I mean, maybe the Browns, but they promised Baker that he's the guy this year.
Baker's such a garbage wash quarterback. I've never ever believed in Baker, not even for a moment. Even when he was like playing at like a great level when Odell Beckham had gone out with injury a couple seasons ago, and then even when he I was happy for the Browns that they made the playoffs because we're Jaguar fans. Like, we get what it feels like to root for a bad team, and then all of a sudden they make the playoffs and you turn your fortune around. I was happy for the Browns, but I've never thought for a single moment of my life that's the franchise quarterback. Like Baker's always been a garbage. He's the definition of average. Just average. That's all he is.
Yeah, and if it wasn't for his run game and the playmaking he had
the defense,
playmakers around him, he wouldn't be as good.
Yeah.
But also not another team, but you got to also take into consideration that even with someone Jordan Love that's possibly on the market, you have guys like Jimmy Garoppolo that could be on the trade block as well
for
Carson Wentz.
Oh yeah.
You know, like, you got to think about teams that are in contention to compete now that want to get better, but they rather go for Jimmy Garoppolo or Carson Wentz rather than Jordan Love, the unknown.
Yeah.
So
it's understandable.
It's definitely unfortunate for Jordan Love. Like I said, and also wouldn't be surprising if he ends up staying one more year with Green Bay. You know, so
yeah, I just hope he gets an opportunity.
They should let him go though.
They absolutely should.
Let him trade him for something.
But obviously, the other big news in the NFL today was Russell Wilson to Denver. If you guys don't know, which obviously y'all don't know, I'm sitting there working out at the gym, and I'm like, I know as soon as I leave my house, of course something big's gonna go down. And this man texts me and he goes, "Russ is going to Denver," and I'm like, "Russ, like Russell Westbrook's going to the Nuggets?" I'm like, the deadline's over. Like, are you kidding me? And then I'm like, wait, what? And then he's like, nah, like, Russell Wilson's going to the Denver Broncos. Like, oh snap, like, dang, like, that's a big time trade. Because as soon as I heard Aaron Rodgers went back to Green Bay, I was like, well, Nathaniel Hackett went to Denver for no reason. And I'm but hey man, look, they got a Super Bowl winning guy in Russell Wilson, man, one of the elite quarterbacks in this game. And I mean, what a huge trade that was too. And I know I saw some crazy people out there talking about that, which we'll get to that in a second. But the Broncos in the trade received Russell Wilson and a 4th round pick. Seattle receives Drew Lock, Shelby Harris, defensive end, Noah Fant, tight end for Denver, was for Denver, 2 first rounders, 2 second rounders, and a 5th round pick. Talk to me about the trade and who won this trade.
Well, I think the biggest thing is, you look at the trades and stuff like that, I think a lot of people are going to think first, like, okay, boom, trades don't always pan out. The draft picks, no matter what, you get first round picks, don't always pan out. Case in point, Jacksonville Jaguars. You traded away Jalen Ramsey for 2 first round picks, an extra 3rd and a 4th, I believe. Obviously, it didn't work out for us.
It was Caleb on Chason, Travis Etienne, and Jordan Smith. That's who we took with those picks.
Yeah, they're outside of Travis Etienne, which is the unknown. They all look trash. So that's the thing about it, But I don't think we've ever seen a team like the Seahawks, who are known to be good in the drafts in previous years due to their ownership and general management and Pete Carroll. They do have great scouting. They had guys like, Bobby Wagner, Cam Chancellor, Richard Sherman, Russell Wilson, guys like Chris Carson. So they've definitely drafted well in the past. So I think that's the benefit and the pro for them. But I think the Broncos, as of right now, I'm looking at they got a good lump sum. They did it right, man. They did it good. I mean, you're getting a Super Bowl quarterback. The only thing Russell Wilson doesn't have under his belt is the MVP. You know,
Correct.
This dude is phenomenal. He's still a top 6 quarterback, top 5. You know, when healthy, I think he automatically boosts the Denver Broncos to an automatic playoff lock. They are a lock team. I'm looking at their team. They have Russell. They have a great run game in Javonte Williams.
We'll see what possibly Melvin Gordon.
But Williams is a very, very great back.
Cortland Sutton,
Jared Jeudy, KJ
Hamler's coming off injury, I think, too.
He is. Tim Patrick, right? Offensive line is still solid. Defensive side of the ball, you didn't give him no young pieces outside of Noah Fant, which is perfect. So you have Bradley Chubb still. Now you're going to have to replace your D tackle. You're going to have to get another edge rusher in the draft, but you have compensation now.
Maybe Von Miller comes back? Question mark. He teased it.
Well, I'm not sure now because with Russell's contract, I don't know how they're.
Because Russ is going to need it. Yeah,
get up a lot. But you have quality picks now, so you have 1 first-round pick. Maybe you can grab somebody like. I'm my bad. I'm tripping.
I'm about to say Denver doesn't have a first.
They don't have a first-round pick, so in the 4th-round pick. You have to get someone like maybe an edge rusher, but we'll see how it stacks up.
Dang, they really don't have a pick till the 4th round?
They have a pick to the 4th. Well, I think they have a 3rd.
I was going to say they have a 3rd. They should have a 3rd, yeah.
So, yeah, I expect them to go defensive heavy with the 3rd and the 4th pick. So, guys like, I gotta look down the edge rushing draft board. But anyways, they have good players on defense. They have Patrick Surtain Jr. They have Justin Simmons still. They have.
I wanted Simmons in Jacksonville last year before he got tagged.
And also, they possibly could still trade Bryce Callahan for some draft compensation as well. True. He was on a trade block. You know, they still got Ronald Darby. They have a very.
Fuller's still on the team. I think he's a free agent now too.
Who?
Kyle Fuller.
I think he went to Kyle Fuller.
That was in the season they traded him.
Yeah.
Isn't there 2 Fuller brothers? I'm getting the names mixed up, but yeah.
Let me see. Hold on.
Obviously, Surtain too. Top pick last year as well in the draft. On the defensive side of the ball.
Now he plays for Denver still.
He does. Okay, that's what I thought.
Oh my bad. Yeah, he plays for Denver still. So
okay, that's what I thought too.
A lot of quality guys.
They do.
Okay, is Bryce Callahan? I think either Bryce is gonna be a free agent this year, or he.
Yeah.
They still got Bryce.
So you think that this automatically boosts them to a guaranteed playoff lock?
Well, first of all, they had one of the best defenses in the league last year.
They did.
Now, I know it was under Vic Fangio.
Yes.
He's one of the best defensive minds in the game.
Where did he end up going to?
He's taking a year off.
Is he? Okay, I was like, I never heard news about him going somewhere.
Yeah, he's taking a year off. But they still have a lot of talent on defense, right? It was a lot of games last year they almost won because of their defense. They just have enough on offense because Teddy Bridgewater was so inconsistent. But I'm looking at
injuries to Jerry Jeudy and Hamler and stuff. Yeah,
exactly. So I'm looking at Russell Wilson being added to this team, man. Like, yes, the division is tough, but I like them to go head to head with the Chargers. They already beat the Chargers once last year. They lost at the end of the season. The season was kind of done for them anyways.
Yeah.
But I like them to beat the Raiders twice. I like for them to beat the Chargers at least once. And then maybe you split with the Chiefs because they always play the Chiefs tough, you know? So I like them to be second in the division. I really do, man. I think they can be a 10-7 ball club, maybe 11-6. I don't know how far they will go, but they're definitely gonna get their money's worth or their draft compensation worth with Russell Wilson.
Okay, do you think that they're gonna win a Super Bowl? I'll throw that same question. Do you think in the next 3 to 4 years, and that's just the time frame I'm gonna use, they're gonna win a Super Bowl with Russell Wilson?
If they can get past Buffalo and Kansas City, yes. I think they can. They have the defense.
We're just talking about Buffalo and Kansas City. We're forgetting every other team in the AFC.
That's true. I mean, you got the Ravens out there, but with how the Ravens are stacked
Cincinnati.
up right now, they're better than Cincinnati, man.
But I think
they're better than Cincinnati because Russell Wilson's a better quarterback. Russell Wilson's the type of quarterback. He is. Don't you do it.
Russell Wilson's a better quarterback.
I'm looking at Russell Wilson, right? He's like the LeBron of football in a sense, right? He elevates his team. You saw how bad they were without him.
They're a horrible team without him. This man literally scrambles for 30 yards and makes something out of nothing.
Exactly.
Yes.
The Seahawks are nothing without Russell. Now, don't get me wrong, they have had their playoff shortages. Yeah, at times. It could have been due to Pete Carroll. But I think about to get a great offensive-minded coach in Nathaniel Hackett. He's with Rodgers. I mean,
he was good in Jacksonville when we had him.
Looking back,
led us to an AFC championship.
Looking back on, he was phenomenal in Jacksonville because what we have since him has been absolutely garbage.
He had made the boat have a career season.
Exactly. But anyways, I mean, I'm looking at this team, man. Like, I think they're better than the Bengals. I'm sorry, I think they are.
That's fine. That's fine.
I think they're better than the Ravens because of the quarterback play. I trust Russell's
arm talent
over Lamar Jackson's.
Okay.
Unfortunately,
that's fine.
If the playoffs have to run through Denver, I'm taking Denver. And against those two teams.
Are you saying like at Mile High, or are you just saying just in general? If they're
Mile High. If Baltimore has to go to Mile High, I'm going Denver.
First of all, I just want to say quick side note. Beautiful city, beautiful stadium. I've been out to Denver.
Yeah, I have family out there, man. I've yet to go. I'm trying to go see.
Have you been?
I yet to
go. I was there February of last year, so 2021.
Oh, so you saw beautiful weather.
Oh, dude. I mean, it was gorgeous. I mean, just beautiful. I mean, I didn't go inside the stadium because, COVID and also nothing's going on in February for football. But like, I mean, man, that was just beautiful city. Yeah. Shout out to Denver.
Yeah.
Seriously, all jokes aside.
I just like this team, man. Like they were just a quarterback away. We all said this. I believed it at least. I had them going to the playoffs last year, but obviously they didn't go.
Yeah.
But like they're a quarterback away, man. I mean, this team can be very, very special. I'm looking at the receiving core. If Judy can be half of what DK Metcalf was, I'm not asking for 1,300 yards. I'm asking for at least.
I think Jerry's legit. I think Jerry's legit.
Cortland Sutton proved himself last year.
Yes.
He's a big body possession type receiver.
Killed the Jags.
Killed us. KJ Hamler went healthy. He's a speedster. He can be your. I'm not saying he can be Lockett. He can be like a Dwayne Estridge. He can be a Freddie Swain. I mean, this is like one of the deepest receiving cores he's ever had. So, like, I know I'm going on a rant right now, but they're a playoff lock, bro. They're the second best team in the AFC West.
I don't think that they're a lock. Here's my thing on it.
I got you.
I don't think outside of, like, I'm being dead serious. Outside of Buffalo and outside of Kansas City, I'm not even going to say Cincinnati, not Baltimore, not Denver, not the Chargers, not nobody. Nobody else in the AFC except for Buffalo and Kansas City is an absolute guaranteed lock. We can speculate all we want, and I'm not talking down on, like I said, like Baltimore and Cleveland and all these other teams and even Cincinnati. I'm not talking down on them. I'm just saying that they're not a lock. Mm-hmm. Denver, to me, could very well be the fourth team in their division. I'm not predicting that either. I do think that they're going to be third. I'm going to take the Chargers over them. I think this is the year Brandon Staley, that's the name. Yes, Brandon Staley and why can't I think of the quarterback? Justin Herbert. Thank you. Yeah. Justin Herbert, and then finally get over the hump. They barely missed the playoffs. So went 10-7, I think 10-7 if I'm not mistaken. Go on. What's
one thing I got to say about that, right? And I agree with you on that. Before you continue, but I can't ignore the fact how terrible the defense is. If they don't improve the defense
in LA
and for the Chargers,
yes. So
if they don't improve that defense, I didn't know if you were going to say that.
Yeah. But if J.C. Jackson's on the way. I'm just saying, J.C. Jackson's going to the Chargers. He's going to the Chargers.
Chandler Jones could be on the way. If they can improve the defense, then boom.
And with Derwin, oh my god.
Yes.
Oh my goodness.
Yes. That's a phenomenal defense.
Nasty.
Right? With that offense, it's going to be shootouts.
Yeah.
Not shootouts. It's going to be some good games.
And you got a top 20 receiver in Keenan Allen as well.
No, Mike's top 15.
we already had this argument last week.
But yeah.
Hey, top 20? Top 20 is respectable.
Top 15, bro. Let people in the comments, if you're watching this, reach out to us. Please let me know.
TikTok. Is Keenan Allen, I know pick a side already this, is Keenan Allen a top 15 receiver? He's top 20 to me.
He's 11, but
it's not disrespectful when you actually think about the top 20 receivers. You're like, damn, bro. That shit, dude, the top 10's elite. Elite. No, he's not.
Yes,
he's a very top echelon receiver. He's not elite.
When I say, before we go on this, when I think top 20 receivers, that bottom barrel, I'm thinking of guys like
Robbie Anderson. Don't even.
No, like Cortland Sutton or something like that. He's better than him.
Yeah, duh.
That's what I'm saying, but like that's the 20s. That's that.
It's the top 20.
That's that 16 through 20 range.
Cortland Sutton is not a top 16 to 20 receiver.
What is he then?
He had top 25.
Man.
He's probably somewhere in that 21 to 25 range. But the point is, though, they got Mike Williams back on that $40 million guaranteed $60 million deal. I'm telling you, man. I don't think I'm as bought into the Chargers hype, I think, as much as more as like the national media and like the general NFL consensus fan bases. I do think Justin Herbert is that dude, like a lot of people. But I'm just saying, I don't think that Russell Wilson of the Broncos just automatically makes this team like, oh, they are a lock in the AFC West, regardless if they win the division or not. They might squeak in a wild card spot, which is what they're probably going to have to do. But I don't think it's even a guarantee that they make the playoffs.
Man.
Even as great as Russell Wilson is, I want to see what they do in their first year under Nathaniel Hackett. This will be his first time ever coaching or being coached without Pete Carroll, right? That'll take some adjusting to get used to, I would speculate. But also, I want to say this on the Seattle side of things, too.
Oh, yeah, we got to get into that bag, too.
I have to say this about Seattle. Any Seattle Seahawks fans out there, my condolences, and that's pathetic coming from a Jags fan. If a Jags fan has to send condolences, something's already wrong too. And I'm not talking about the compensation you got. At the end of the day, you're probably not going to draft a talented player or multiple talented players that are going to accumulate to what Russell Wilson's given you over the last decade of football. That's besides the point. You actually got very good compensation in return. Do not be mad about what you got in return. What you should be mad about is John Schneider, your GM since 2010, and Pete Carroll, y'all chose them over Russell Wilson? That's what you should be mad about. The fact that you should have moved on from Pete Carroll a year or two ago.
Yes, absolutely.
A year or two ago, but this year was the last straw for me with Pete Carroll. Y'all should have moved on from Pete Carroll. There's nothing wrong with that, man. He's a Hall of Fame coach. He's done some great things. He's old as hell. He's like 74.
Yeah.
With all due respect. The fact that y'all decided to say, you know what, we're going to keep John Schneider and we're going to keep Pete Carroll over Russell Wilson, that is what's fundamentally wrong with this trade, not the compensation you got in return. What you got in return is fair, and it was good. But I'm sorry, Seattle fans, and that's sad that a Jaguars fan has to send condolences to another fan base considering how bad our team is. But yeah, that's just my 2 cents on Seattle. Denver, let me just make a final last thing about that real quickly. I know I didn't give a specific direct answer about where I feel as if the Broncos will finish. I think they'll finish third in the division. I think that they'll finish third this year in the division in the AFC West. I think that they finish with like probably the last wild card spot if they get one. Mm-hmm. Just because, like I said, the AFC is so damn deep.
It is
so deep. It is not a lock that the Denver Broncos even make the playoffs this year, and that's no disrespect. They're still going to be a good team, but that's just my thoughts on it. I just wanted to be very clear about that.
All right, so within these next 2 years, because I'm pretty sure that's how much Aaron Rodgers has left on his deal. I'm looking at it right now. He'll be a free agent. Rodgers
or Wilson?
I didn't mean to say Rodgers. Wilson.
Just making
Wilson
sure.
is going to be a free agent in 2024, so he has 2 more years.
Wilson to Jacksonville? Question mark?
Hopefully pay Trevor by then.
Yes.
But in these next 2 years, right, will they at least be able to make it to an AFC championship?
No.
Damn.
No. And like I said, that hurts me to say that because Russell Wilson's such a likable guy. You know what I'm saying? Like, I had nothing against Russell. I got nothing against Nathaniel Hackett, who I think us Jaguar fans are grateful for looking back on it too, really now. I got nothing against them. I think that they're a good team with solid foundational pieces. I just think that the AFC is that damn good. Because the reason I'm not going to say in these next 2 years, we'll just say, like, let's just say Russell Wilson's contract expires by 2024 and he doesn't re-sign for whatever reason. Like, let's just say he goes somewhere else. In that 2-year frame, I could easily make a case that Buffalo, Kansas City, Cincinnati, Baltimore, possibly Tennessee, we'll see, maybe even Jacksonville in 2-3 years. Like, there's just too many teams I can go down the line with and just consistent. The Chargers. There's just, I could say, oh, those teams definitely in the next 2 to 3 years can make an AFC championship game. I will make a promise right now. I genuinely think Lamar Jackson and the Baltimore Ravens are getting to a Super Bowl in the next 2 years. That's how much trust I have with them moving forward once they get healthy and everything. So that already eliminates something right there too. I don't think that they will. I don't think they even reach a Super Bowl with Russell Wilson, even though I sound probably like the biggest hater, but that's just my personal belief on it.
I think the biggest thing is, and I'm looking at it with the Broncos before I turn my attention to the Seahawks, I'm just looking at what they have in play. Like, I mean, the last time they did something like this, they acquired Peyton Manning via free agency.
Correct.
They have marvelous seasons. They won one finally in Peyton's last year. Not saying that team is like that. But offensively, I believe they have more talent than that team.
Much more talent, yes.
Collectively. Russell Wilson is not the best quarterback in the league, like how Peyton was when he came into here. Like,
he's still top. Second, but he's still a top 5 to 7 quarterback.
He is better than Lamar.
Yes.
He is better than Joe Burrow.
Yes.
I'm talking about guys in the division in that conference. He is better than Herbert.
Better than Baker.
Better than Baker.
Yes.
He's better than
Derek Carr.
And he's
Tannehill. Everyone in the AFC South. Everyone in the AFC South.
Outside of Mahomes.
Yes. I don't think he's better than Deshaun when Deshaun's on the field.
Me neither. Deshaun's a top 3 quarterback when healthy. Well, when on the field, he's top 3. He's better than. He's better than Josh Allen, bro. We've seen this man take.
Deshaun's top 5. He's not top 3
we've seen this man take garbage.
I know.
To the playoffs.
I know, but Josh Allen really in that last performance really wowed my eyes.
His recency bias, man, we can't forget it. This is the same dude that led the NFL in passing yards. He was third in the NFL in passing yards while they had a losing record. This dude was doing everything he could. And Deshaun Watson. I'm
taking just Josh Allen right now over Deshaun Watson, but I also haven't seen Deshaun play in almost 2 years.
He's the asterisk mark. But anyways, you can make a conversation or an argument for him being in that Josh Allen realm, which I think Russell Wilson's better than Josh Allen too. That's just me. I just think
I don't know. We'll see.
It's really Mahomes and Russell in the conference. But anyways, going back to what I said, I mean, I'm just looking at the team. Like, this team is very, very talented, man. Like,
very
quarterback
talented, yes.
They have a very good defense. They arguably, and they didn't face anybody the first 4 weeks of football, but I'm pretty sure they had like a top 10 defense this year.
They did, yes.
So, but we'll see what happens. It's going to be very interesting to see. They have to add some more pieces. Hopefully they can get some guys in free agency, maybe. I mean, I think Russell's only eating up $19 million.
Really?
Of their money?
Yeah.
So they had quite a bit of money spent for agency too, so
yeah.
We'll see. They'll be able to sign like some type of ring chasing guys, I'm pretty sure.
Some maybe, like Eric Weddle's off the streets or something like
maybe they'll be able to bring Von Miller in for a hometown.
I'd love to see that, but I doubt that happens.
Yeah.
But I just want to be very abundantly clear. My stance on the Denver Broncos not advancing past an AFC Championship game in these next 2 years, or maybe even getting to one, which I think that they can get to one.
They will. I wouldn't say.
I don't think that they. I don't think that they will, even though they can. Is strictly based off just pure competition of the AFC. That is it.
So I'm actually
nothing has nothing to do with the talented
I'm going
team that they are. What's up?
So we all know Russell Wilson has 2 years to do this. Aaron Rodgers has 4 years to do this. Right. Who has the most pressure, Russell Wilson or Aaron Rodgers?
Aaron Rodgers by far. Not even a question. Rodgers is under the most pressure in the NFL this season.
Yeah, they had a top 8 defense this year.
Yeah.
But anyways, going to the Seahawks. Now you already brought it up earlier before we started. You said they should just blow it up. They should let go of DK. They should trade DK away.
Trade DK, trade Tyler, and trade Jamal Adams. Trade them all. Trade everybody.
Yeah,
do what the Jaguars did in 2018, 2019. Trade everybody. Just get rid of all your superstar players. The entire thing.
Here's the thing, right? But that comes back to saying, okay, you can do all these things, but in the case of the Jaguars, blowing your team up doesn't always work. Yes, it might guarantee the number one quarterback. And the number one quarterback next year...
We got lucky with Trevor. We got lucky.
But the number one quarterback for next year is Bryce Young, who, in my opinion, is a carbon copy of Russell Wilson.
Literally.
Here, no there. But... I'm looking at the Seahawks. They still have talent. They got to get better on defense. Drew Lock's coming in.
Franchise QB? Question mark?
I think Drew Lock needed a different scene. This is a very good pass-happy offense for him. They're going to gun it out. You got DK. You have Lockett. You
have Carson,
Dwayne Eskridge. They have Noah Fant now. He's followed him over there. It's a very Madden fun team. But regardless of the fact, it's very talented, Defensively, they have to get better. They have to get corners. They have to get edge rushers. They have to get linebackers because Bobby's on his last.
Sidney Jones, cornerback number 1? Come on.
I don't know because DJ Reed, but they just freed up with $19 million in cap, man. So they have a lot. They already have money to spend.
What about Quandre Diggs?
Would you bring back Quandre Diggs?
Yeah, I wouldn't. I don't think he's the worst thing in the world. I think he's solid. I mean,
he's very good this year.
Yeah, I mean, I was about to say, I also don't know their cap situation off the top of my head.
They just freed up $19 million.
Is Quandre an unrestricted free agent?
Yes, he is. Okay. He's a free agent. So let's see.
I wasn't sure if he was this season or next season.
No, he's a free agent. A lot of people are saying that they should resign him.
Yeah.
But I think you might be able to bring somebody.
Honestly, get rid of Bobby Wagner too. Like I said, just blow the whole thing up, man. I'm telling you, just trade everyone.
I would definitely trade away Jamal Adams.
Jamal Adams got to go too.
When healthy, yeah. I mean, we all know what he can do when healthy. He's a box safety.
Yeah, it's just
unfortunately.
when he's single high though, I mean he's not.
So the Seahawks right now have $34 million to spend in cap. 34.7. That's pretty good.
Solid. Imagine if they brought in Chandler Jones though. If they brought in Chandler Jones, I would be like, oh, okay. Let me refrain from blowing the whole thing up then.
Yeah, well, it all depends.
They still need a quarterback. I'm not believing in Drew Lock, but
they're definitely they said they're shopping Tyler Lockett. I think he's older. I mean, he's 20 years old. 33. Come Jacksonville, Tyler. Come to Jacksonville. I would give up 33 for him. I'll give up 33 for Amari, not Tyler.
I'm not giving up 33 for Amari.
We'll talk about that.
Yeah. Because we're getting into the Jags next. But
I'm looking at it's very, very hard. I don't think I wouldn't say blow it up yet. See how the season goes. Kind of like how the Jaguars
evaluate it in 2019.
Evaluate it. Look how if you're starting out 0-5, send them away.
All right, send them. Take them away. Yep.
Send them away. But if you're competitive, Drew Lock's looking promising. You still have 2 first-round picks.
Yes.
You still have 2 second-round picks.
You could probably get another first-round pick thrown in there, too, if you play your cards right.
Exactly. So...
That could pull in Eagles.
They could. So I'm looking at this and I'm like, okay. I don't like how they gave Pete Carroll, the go-ahead, but we'll see how it goes. It's a very interesting situation with the Seahawks right now. I don't think to blow it up. I'll keep everybody you can in place, but I would love to shop Tyler Lockett and Jamal Adams.
Yeah.
But then again, with Jamal Adams, I mean, you kind of just got your first round pick back.
Literally.
Essentially. So, we'll see.
Yeah.
But I think the Seahawks I think both parties won, but I think the pressure is not as much as Aaron Rodgers. The pressure is definitely on Russell Wilson to get into a playoffs one.
There's more pressure on Russell Wilson
No. And I'm saying I think the pressure is still on Rodgers more.
Okay.
Pressure.
Yeah, there is.
On Russell Wilson in these 2 years to get into a playoff for the first time in damn near 7 years.
Well, let's say they get into the playoffs. I mean, dude, they could be a one-and-done team. Unless it has nothing to do with the fact that they're bad. Just the competition's just that deep in the AFC, man.
It is, man. But when Denver gets in the playoffs, man, they do some weird stuff, man. They're like the Jaguars when they get into the playoffs.
We didn't even mention the Patriots. Come on, dog.
The Patriots are in cap hell now. I
get it, but come on, Bill Belichick, bro. Come on.
No, he's better than them. The Broncos are better than the Patriots.
What if Mormon Boy turns it around up in New York?
I got to see what they bring in, like, pieces wise.
Mormon Boy. Yeah. Sorry, I had to throw that one out there.
Nah, bro, but they're better than the Patriots for sure, man. The Patriots are kind of in a tough situation.
I'm not saying the Patriots are bad. I'm just saying just competition. Patriots are going to be competing for a playoff spot. The AFC West or East is still,
Yeah, but I like them to have better. I like the Broncos to have a better record than the Patriots at the end of the season.
Sure, I'm
just buying into the Broncos stock. I bought into the Broncos stock last offseason, so I'm buying back in this offseason. I think they're going to. I think they're a playoff. Man. Second best. They'll be the second best team in the AFC West.
I think third team this year. I think they'll be the third best team. But that's not really knock. Because like sitting with like the AFC. What was it? The AFC West this year, when you're like, oh damn, like, because first of all, nobody expected the Bengals to be this good this year, so it was like, okay, everyone.
AFC North or
AFC North. Yeah. I didn't mean to say West. Sorry, no one expected the Bengals to be this good until they won the division. But you look down the list, you're like, oh, Pittsburgh, Baltimore, Cleveland.
We thought Cleveland was gonna be the dog this year.
And then it was like, then there's Cincinnati. So it was like all 4 teams, literally to the last week of the season, were competing. That's what the AFC West is gonna be. So even if I say they're gonna be a 3 seed or 4 seed in their own division, it's like they could still win 10 games and still be the last seed.
Facts.
So it's like,
so
it's not a disrespectful thing.
So I'm gonna ask you. We all know the NFC West just took a hit.
Huge hit.
The NFC West used to be one of the best divisions. It's definitely
last year it looked scary as hell, and it was.
Yeah, it took a hit. So now let's circle to the AFC. Who is the better division, the AFC North or the AFC West?
AFC West.
We haven't talked about the Raiders. We're just assuming they're going to be all right.
But the premium at the quarterback position, because I don't believe in Baker, and neither do you. Yeah. So I don't believe in the Browns then, because Baker's not good. Lamar, big trust. Top 8 top 8 quarterback. Love me some Lamar Jackson. You think
Lamar's better than Joe Burrow? I think he is. I gotta see.
I gotta see one more year. I have to see one more year of Joe Burrow to make that case. But as of right now, Lamar Jackson. And then, I just don't know what's going on in Pittsburgh. So I can only talk 2 teams in the AFC North making a playoff berth as of right now. Versus I could talk about all 4 teams having a legitimate chance in the AFC West of making a playoff contention.
Yeah.
So, sure. AFC West by far.
We played the AFC West this year too. Do we?
We do play Denver. I know we play Denver at home.
And we play Kansas City.
No, we play Kansas City No, we don't play Kansas City this year.
Yeah, we do.
The Jags? No way. Do we really? That would not be fun.
Let me see. We played Denver last year, so we don't.
We played Denver again this year, though, at home.
Oh my god.
We do play at Kansas City, at the Chargers.
So we play the AFC West this year.
Dang, man. And versus the Raiders.
Dog. We're not making the playoffs.
We haven't even seen what happened this offseason yet. Let's see.
We're facing a gauntlet, bro. We got to go against 4 arguably top 10 quarterbacks in the NFL.
Dude, at KC and at LA Chargers. Oh, man. That's going to be crazy. But who's the other division that we're playing?
I might see Denver. I might see
What's the AFC?
Wait, do we play Denver? We don't play Denver.
Yes, we do. Yes, it's versus at home. But what's the NFC division that we're playing? I'm trying to figure out.
NFC North.
NFC East. We play Dallas, the Giants, the Eagles,
Baltimore, and we play.
Bro, we are Jags. Man, I don't know. We'll see.
We went from having one of the easiest schedules in the league to one of the hardest, just like that.
All of a sudden, damn it! Thanks a lot, Russell Wilson. I blame Pete Carroll and John Schneider, but. Speaking of the Jags, yeah. Speaking of the Jags, our poverty as of right now, sad, pathetic Jacksonville Jaguars that we currently are fans of in this city. We got to talk about Cam Robinson, and yeah, Cam Robinson got franchise tag for the 2nd consecutive season for the Jaguars. It was really between him and wide receiver DJ Chark. I already made a video talking about my feelings about Cam Robinson, where do I really lie with this? I didn't have a problem with this. I do think that this is just an insurance policy just to kind of double down that, hey, we have our tackles taken care of with Cam Robinson, with Walker Little, who will probably go to right tackle now. We'll see what they do with Jawan Taylor. But this is really telling because this really is aiming towards the Jags are going to go defensive end at number 1 overall now.
Or possibly trade down.
They could still very well take Evan Neal or they could. They very well could. But I doubt that's the case now. But everything's just speculation right now. I'm not mad. I don't love it. I wish that the Jaguars ideally would have just paid Cam Robinson, who had a career year, who's been with the team since 2017. He's given up 33+ sacks since coming into the league, but he had a career year where he only gave up 1 sack this season, made a huge improvement, is 26 years of age, and you franchise tagged him for a 2nd consecutive year in a row. If he does very well again this season, pay the man, take care of the people that you draft and you bring into this city, into this culture, and hopefully the Jags can turn things around. And then I would have just tagged DJ Chark, but the Jags now only have $38 million in projected cap space for this offseason, so the Jags are really limited. It doesn't look like DJ Chark is going to be coming back to the Jaguars, unfortunately, even though I want him back on a 1 or 2 year prove-it deal, giving him a real opportunity. He's a young receiver. The Jaguars don't have any receivers right now, and that's just where I'm at with it. I don't think it's a horrible move for the Jaguars tagging Cam Robinson. I like it. I don't love it. And, hopefully this works out, man, for real.
Yeah, boy, this is just, it tells me 2 things about this situation. The first thing, it tells me that Doug believes in Cam Robinson. I mean, the front office.
It was actually Trent Baalke, really. Trent Baalke was the one that was high on him.
So Trent Baalke, but you got to get that okay from Doug, too.
Of course. But yeah, so Baalke was the one that was really high on him, and that's why he tagged him the first time around, and then he wanted him back.
Both Trent and Doug are high on Cam Robinson. We all know that Doug puts a huge emphasis on his offensive lines. That's like his bread and butter. He said the games are won and lost in the trenches, so expect the Jaguars to make moves this offseason to beef up those sides of the football. 2, it tells me, as of right now, they don't really love the tackles or the offensive linemen in the draft right now. I don't know why. I think Evan Neal, Ike Ekwonu, and Charles Cross are better than Cam Robinson right now. This is my opinion, but I get it. You got to put in the
unknown right now.
The unknown, and you got to put into a point of view of, okay, do we really want a rookie protecting our franchise quarterback? I get that. I 100% get it.
Yeah.
Also, you're looking at, well, the Bengals kind of just went to the Super Bowl without a good offensive line.
Yeah. The Jags are definitely going to address the interior of the offense. I think that they're definitely going to draft an interior offensive lineman, maybe even two of them.
Yeah, for sure. So I get where the mindset be going. Personally, I made a poll the other day on my ChillTakes page on Twitter, and I said, would you guys rather re-sign Chark or Ken Robinson? Of course, majority of the votes, like 90% of the votes, went to DJ Chark. Right? Everybody wants to bring in as much weapons as we can for Trevor.
We don't have any.
We don't have any. But I mean, I didn't want to tag Robinson. I really didn't want to tag Chark. Honestly, I didn't want to tag neither receiver.
Because he's getting $16.6 million.
Guaranteed. I mean, and it's cheaper to tag Cam than it was Chark, because if you would have tagged Chark, you would have been looking at close to about 19 to 20 million this year. Not worth it. I get it. He didn't have a year. He got hurt. I understand that. So I guess it makes sense in that money situation. But you really could have got Cam to a better deal, man. You could have signed him to a easy. Yeah,
we talked about like a 3 year, $30 million deal.
There's no way that Cam Robinson was demanding to be the highest paid, one of the highest paid tackles in the league. If he was, you gotta let him walk. Yeah. Especially with other guys out there like Teron Armstead, who the Jaguars were today. They said they had a hat at the table for him, so they said they're gonna close the door on that.
Yeah. You said Trent Brown earlier.
I don't know if they were going for Trent Brown, but
just a name we discussed.
Yeah. But for sure, I mean, it was either going to be Teron Armstead or the first round pick being Evan Neal, right? But, you know, it is what it is. I'm not in favor of it right now. Maybe my tone would change closer to the draft. But, man, $16 guaranteed million, man. $16 million guaranteed, making him the highest paid. He's going to be one of the highest paid tackles again this season. We look better at times without him on the field. I know he only gets
Walker Little played really good at left tackle when he did.
That's another thing too. You invested in left tackle at the 45th pick last year's draft. Man, it's just so hard to wrap my brain around this, man, because you could have really got him for better, like you said, a 3-year, $30 million year, $30 million.
He might have even taken a little bit less than that. You know what I'm saying?
$10 million a year, boom. You still have at least about $54 million spending cap.
Yep.
But I mean, now we'll see what happens. You mentioned before the podcast, and I've heard it as well, as a lot of rumors about Brandon Leonard could possibly be cut. I can understand. You know,
the best Tyler Shatley back.
The best ability is availability. I get it. So that frees up $9 million. You know, other guys might be getting removed as well. I would try to get rid of someone like Rashawn Jenkins. I don't know the cap hit on that. Yeah, but I would try to get rid of him.
He'll be back though. He just signed. He'll be back on this team.
Yeah, he would. So. He is also coming off that knee injury.
Yeah, he is, but he'll be fine. He'll be fine.
So, the Jaguars are in a weird situation right now. We'll see how much gets resolved by the time free agency hits,
which is literally in 8 days.
Yeah. So, I'm still looking at guys like Allen Robinson, you know, to be a guy. Some cheaper guys like Marquez Valdez-Scantling could be a possible another guy. I mean,
Hayden Hurst is on the market as another tight end option.
Hayden Hurst, Zach Ertz. Yes. Evan Ingram, I would like him. I'm pretty sure he's not going to require that much. Yeah. OJ Howard. Looking at other.
I still want to keep Dan Arnold as my primary, and then just have another guy complement him.
For sure. You got the interior offensive line like Brandon Scherfs.
That's honestly my priority number 2 now. Yeah. Free agent. Allen Robinson, I'm telling you, I'm going all in on this man. You're going
what? Okay, so what about Amari Cooper? We just brought that up, and you say you wouldn't give a pick 33 for Amari.
No, I wouldn't.
I would.
I'd see too much inconsistencies with Amari.
Okay, so at pick 33, right? We know the draft, the combine has happened. It's gonna be a lot of receivers picked in the first round. It's gonna be at least.
There's gonna be I think at least 10
in the first round.
No, not first round. No. I'm talking like in like the first 2 rounds. Yeah, because I'm saying like there's that much depth.
I would say at least 4 guys go first round. You got Chris Olave, Garrett Wilson.
Drake London,
and I'm pretty sure Traylon Burks is still gonna go first round.
Yeah, he'll be a late first rounder.
So then you come into the guys like Jahan Dotson, who I'm very high on.
That's the guy I've been.
Sky Moore, you know.
What about Chris Austin or Chris Carter out of Memphis? I can't think of his name.
Also the other guy.
That man is fast as hell.
What's his name? Christian Watson, the receiver from North Dakota State.
Yep.
That crazy combine. Yeah. But okay, so I'll just name you like 4 guys, right?
Yeah, he ran a. I'm trying to look right now. I can't remember off the top of my head. It was a 4.36.
So I'm looking at those guys right there, right? Those are going to be the guys we pick as of right now. If we keep picking one, we don't trade down. At pick 33, bro, none of those guys are better. I can't see them guys having an immediate impact like Amari Cooper.
Absolutely not. I agree.
So why not?
Because the thing is with Amari, like I said, the inconsistencies. Also, he's 27. He's a little more banged up than the other guys. And granted, so is A-Rob, too. These guys have been in the league, so they're going to be a little more banged up. But I just see too much inconsistencies with Amari. Could he be a wide receiver one of the Jags? Absolutely. Am I ready to fork him $20 million? No.
I would, man.
I'm
he
not.
Create separation. I'm looking at things you need. You need guys that can create separation. Allen Robinson can't do that. Now, I love A-Rob.
Right.
We all know he ranked like number 1 in the most contested catches last season.
But he was like an 80-20 type of guy. But also, with Amari, are we thinking that he was inconsistent because of Dak's inconsistencies or because of the plethora of weapons around him as well, from Zeke to Schultz to CD to Gallup to Pollard?
I mean, he's always been that guy to go for 250 one game and give you 30 yards the next.
That's what I'm saying. I'm not trying to...
But that's still... 1,000-yard receiver, a Pro Bowler,
correct,
and something we haven't had
since Allen Robinson.
Exactly, better than Allen Robinson.
Prime Cooper is not prime A-Rob.
Prime A-Rob is what his last. Well, he had his best year with us.
Yeah, but even then, where he had 14 touchdowns, like 1,500 yards. But even then, he had 2,000 yard receiving yard, 1,000 receiving yards in Chicago. Two separate seasons. You know what I'm trying to say.
But do you think Allen Robinson is still that guy? I think he's still good.
Yes, I do think he is that guy still.
Okay.
I think Allen Robinson has 3 legit years still left in him, and he could still get 2 Pro Bowls.
What about Cooper? He's younger.
I get it. The inconsistencies is my hesitancy with him. I think you could get A-Rob for a tad bit cheaper. Granted, even if it was $2 million cheaper per year on the salary, I feel like A-Rob... He's talked about Trevor. There's so much like that would just line up for Allen Robinson to come back to Jacksonville after everything that he's gone through what the Jags need. We can offer him the money. My number one free agent priority as of right now, with everything that happened with the tag deadline, is Allen Robinson. Whatever you want, just take it, bro. Just take it. Come to Jacksonville, then we'll beef up the O-line and go from there.
So how about this? So scrap pick 33. What if he's released? He's a free agent.
Amari?
Yes. Do you try to go after him, or when you're looking at the receiving course, it's going to be him and Allen Robinson.
Those are going to be the top 2 guys out there.
They're going to get paid.
They are going to get paid.
So who are you paying that money to?
If it's the same, let's say they both wanted like $20 million. I'm just throwing a number out there.
$20 million a year.
Yeah. 4 years.
4 years. So that's like what, 80?
Yeah.
$80 million a year.
And let's say $60 million guaranteed. I'm just throwing a number out there.
There you go. Boom. Who you paying?
Allen.
You paying Allen still?
I'm still paying Allen over Amari. Bro. Yes.
If I'm not giving up a draft pick, I'm definitely getting Amari Cooper.
No.
You know why? I'm looking at it, right? I'm looking at the receivers we have on roster. We have a bunch of... I wouldn't say we have a bunch of Allen Robinsons because Allen Robinson's very unique. He's very good. But we have a bunch of guys that can't really create separation. We don't have premier route runners. Now, Allen Robinson's a very good route runner, but he is not Amari Cooper. Amari Cooper can shake people out of their cleats. Okay. He is a pristine route runner. We need that type of
receiver. He's not a point of attack catch receiver like A-Rob is. I get it.
He's not. But shit, I mean, fucking you hit that little hitch route, slant. He's you get that separation. Receiver here, I mean, a corner here, he way over there. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I think I'd rather pay that.
You'd rather pay Amari Cooper to Jacksonville than Allen Robinson to Jacksonville. If we do the same money, same situation.
Yes.
No, I'm still taking A-Rob.
I feel you.
I think a little bit of that answer has to do with just my affiliation and love for Allen Robinson for his time here.
He did quit on
because that's fine, but he quit on Blake. Really, he didn't. I don't feel like he quit on the Jags. Regardless, I mean, I was the biggest A-Rob fan when he was in Jacksonville in high school.
Yeah, he was phenomenal.
I've still got my A-Rob jersey
back there. Came out of nowhere for us, low key.
Literally out of Penn State. So Jahan Dotson. Dotson ain't Allen Robinson.
We thought that Marcus Lee was gonna be the guy.
Who?
We thought that Marcus
No, we did not. I didn't think that.
So hold on. So throw it back to 2015, whatever, when we drafted Allen Robinson.
2014 we drafted him.
So when we drafted Leaf. No, we drafted
the next year.
We drafted the same draft.
I guess actually it was the same draft because Allen Hearns came in as an undrafted free agent.
best receiver in the country in college, if I'm not mistaken.
He at USC, he might have, yeah.
So coming into that year, you thought that Robinson was gonna be better than Marquise Lee?
No. I just meant after what we saw from Allen Robinson.
Oh, I'm talking about like in general, like who's be better?
No, I was more high on Marquise Lee initially.
Okay. Yeah, I gotcha.
But then once I saw Allen Robinson's production, I was like, this guy. And then the rest of the NFL was like, dude, this guy's gonna be a top 15 receiver. I was preaching that when he was with us, man. I said he was a top 10 receiver. He turned into one. Shout out to A-Rod, man.
I'm all for it, bro.
I would rather take A-Rod just because, like I said, more so the consistency with Allen Robinson when on the field. The production, I think, is more consistently there than it is with a guy like Cooper. It's not because Cooper can't be a game changer.
He definitely can. It's just
like I said, I don't want to sit here and be like, well, is Amari Cooper going to have 3 catches for 36 yards today, or is he going to have 12 catches for 180.
I love that though. I mean, it's the mystery.
Yeah, it'd be different if I was a Cowboys fan and I'm like, oh well, even if Cooper does that, I still got CD on the outside. I still got Gallup running the slot. I still got Schultz. Still got Zeke and Pollard in the back. Oh, man, it's fine, bro. Cooper, go do your thing.
Yeah,
he doesn't give me $20 million worth of production consistently.
Yeah. He's never had a year better than Allen Robinson.
Never. No. Allen Robinson's had 2 seasons that were better than any of Amari's best seasons.
Probably 3.
Maybe even 3, yeah. Because I think A-Rob's had 3 or 4 1,000-yard receiving seasons.
He's had 14 with us in 2015.
Yep.
He had 1,147 with the Bears his first season there.
And then he had another one with the Bears.
1,250 the following year.
Yep, exactly.
That's when he wanted to get paid last year, but they put him on a tag.
Exactly. So,
but with Amari Cooper, he has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 1,000-yard seasons. Actually, my bad. He has 2. I mean, not 2. He has 6. Because the year he went from Dallas to
the Raiders to Dallas.
To Dallas, then he still racked up 1,000 yards. Let me see. Hold on, 750. Yeah, he's had a 6,000-yard seasons, and Allen's only had 3.
That's cute,
but Allen hasn't had a quarterbacks that
exactly. He's perspective.
It's a good debate.
Context.
I'm here for whatever. If we get Robinson, fine. I'm cool.
Look, if we got Cooper, I'm not going to complain because the Jags have nothing. The Jags have nothing in the skill position, so I'm not going to complain. I'm just saying. If you're telling me A-Rob and Amari Cooper, same money, same price, whatever, I'm taking Allen Robinson. Come back to Jacksonville over Cooper. That's just my thoughts on it.
So outside of receiver and lineman on the offensive side of the ball, what other positions do you want them to address in free agency?
One that doesn't get talked about enough, but it's not going to get addressed in free agency is linebacker.
That too.
Nobody talks about that enough is linebacker, and it's not anything against Damian Wilson. It's nothing against Miles Jack, because Miles Jack is still great, even though he had a down year. But you just look at the team around him. I need one more legitimate linebacker.
Facts.
And honestly, if a defensive coordinator can properly put Chase on into position where he could just be an outside edge, stand-up linebacker.
Like a weak side linebacker.
Weak side linebacker, thank you.
Sideline to sideline.
Yes, thank you. That'll fit him so much more better. You can still blitz him, but he's not, a 3 technique, put his nose into the dirt, and, he's going to beat a lineman off the edge. That's not the type of guy he is.
He's not a Mike linebacker either.
Yeah, you have to use him and scheme him in different ways. And Chason has the elusive speed to do that. He can be that. It's just the defensive coordinators that he's had the last 2 seasons, because it was Todd Wash, and then this past season it was Joe Cullen. They haven't put him in a position to succeed too. So the Jaguars need
Chason or
Chason. But what I'm saying though is that the Jags need another linebacker definitely. That doesn't get talked about enough. I'm fine with our corner room if we want to bring in another guy, like whatever. But free agency, man, dude, I just want to go all in on the trenches, and then just get one guy, one Allen Robinson, get an Amari Cooper at the skill position, and then through the draft, I just want D-line, O-line, D-line, O-line, D-line, O-line, just nonstop. And then I still need that receiver, though.
Yeah, you definitely need that receiver.
I do need that receiver at 33, which the Jaguars will almost certainly take a receiver at 33.
Unless they just cash out on 3 guys in free agency, which I highly doubt.
The Jags ain't doing that. Not with Balky in office.
Get 1, maybe 2.
Balky be like, Allen Robinson for a nice good deal?
Okay, so if we can get 1 receiver, if it's Allen Robinson or Amari Cooper, right? Let's just assume it's Allen Robinson. Who would be the second guy? I got my own guy.
It's not gonna be a top guy like Juju or even Christian Kirk. It's not gonna be a guy like that. It probably would be. I know we talked about MVS earlier. It would probably be like a guy like that who could definitely be a wide receiver 2 or 3 alongside Marvin Jones and some other guys, and then you get another guy in here as well through the draft. Probably Valdez Scantling, a guy like that, or I think Fuller, is still a free agent, isn't he?
He is.
I think Fuller would be another guy that I wouldn't mind looking at too.
See if he's going to play football next year.
Exactly. So if we got one big name receiver and then we were to get another like middle echelon guy, it would probably be MVS or Fuller, like I said. That would be my guess.
I would like to look at Christian Kirk too, but they say he's going to have like a huge.
Nah, he's going to get paid. That boy's going to get paid.
Yeah, and I'm not willing to pay wide receiver 1 money.
No, he's not wide receiver 1 caliber.
All right, so I'm going to give you mine.
Okay.
Outside of receiver and O-line, I think I'm going to give you 2. I really can give you 3, honestly.
Give me your top 2. I'm curious. For the Jags.
I think you have to find a way to get a premier edge rusher.
We have to. That's what we got to do at number 1, honestly, at this point.
So like if you're really sold on Aiden Hutchinson, then cool. You can miss out on guys like Chandler Jones and Randy Gregory and Jadavion Clowney.
God, I love Randy Gregory. I'd rather have Randy Gregory.
Who's another one that he didn't get tagged today that I really would love to have? Harold Landry.
I don't know enough about him.
Oh man, he was a dog for Tennessee.
I know he is, but what I'm saying is I don't know enough about him though.
Also,
like
Emmanuel Ogbah's pretty good too.
Yeah, I've talked about him from Miami too. God, I love him in here too.
Yeah, man.
So but he's still like DN2 type guy.
Yeah, for sure.
You need that one to put alongside Josh Allen, and then dude, Smoot would be a perfect 3. Perfect 3.
Facts. So it depends how they really feel about Hutchinson, which we're about to find out in the next few days. But after that.
No one's talking about Thibodeau, man. Nobody's talking about Thibodeau.
I don't think Thibodeau's going to be there. If we pick one edge rusher, is going to be Aiden.
I lean more Thib. Here's how I view him. Thibodeau is a way higher ceiling. I don't think it's even close. Ceiling, but his floor is so much lower.
It is. He can be.
He could be easily a bust.
Fowler.
But worse. I think he could be worse than a Dante Fowler. Like that's just assuming the worst though. But I think his ceiling is like this guy's a top 3-4 edge rusher in the NFL. I don't even see Aiden Hutchinson's like peak being even as good as like a Bosa or I almost said Freddie Warner as a Myles Garrett type.
I think he has Joey Bosa potential.
I think he's a multi-time Pro Bowler caliber guy. Also, I love his leadership too.
Yes,
I love that too. He's like a Trevor Lawrence on defense.
Exactly, but I can tell this dude is going to be locked in day one. He touches Duval if we draft him. He's not going to be a diva.
He's not going to be going after the beach bars.
He's not going to be a bitch.
Yeah.
Keep it real. He's not going to be like that. He's going to be straight to the point about football. You know what I'm saying? He's about his business.
We got to take this guy to like 45th or something. Show him some nice homes out there. Be like, hey, yo, bro, come on, man. Like, we got some, come on, bro. We got you, bro. Let's take you over to Edgewood real quick, bro.
And the counter of that, and I hate to view players like this, but we're so just the Jaguars are so damaged when it comes to stuff like this. Thibodeau is the opposite of that. I think he's a leader. But he's definitely you getting the character. Nothing wrong with the character. Yeah. Nothing wrong with it. I think
Hutchinson, just from a distance, his character and his leadership and his qualities like that as a man.
For sure.
I like that a lot. For sure, I love that.
I'm not saying Thibodeau isn't, because he definitely is. You know what I'm saying? He has great leadership as well. But I can tell he's going to say some things during a press conference that's going to
raise some eyebrows.
Raise some eyebrows.
Damn, come on, bro.
Yeah, you got to, football talk. You know what I'm saying? Like, you got to keep it. Boom.
Hutchinson seems very level-headed.
Very. He's going to answer all the right questions. He's going to be
say all the right things.
Say all the right things. He's like Trevor like this year.
He seems like a Trevor Lawrence on defense, literally.
So that's another thing. I love that about Hutchinson. He's about his business.
I do like that a lot.
But my bad. You continue. I don't want to cut you off.
No, you're good. I agree.
So I'm looking at Hutchinson as well, and when you said that, I think Thibodeau has a huge ceiling. I think he can be one of the best rushers in the league.
But it's his ceiling. I'm not talking his floor. I think his floor is
me too.
Low
now with Hutchinson, you're gonna get maybe not the best ceiling. I think he has Joey Bosa potential.
We'll see. I'll support the guy whoever we draft. I'm supporting regardless.
But here's another guy I heard about, right? That he's getting a lot of comparisons to. And I want you to look at this, right?
You talking Aiden still?
Aiden, yes.
Okay.
He's been compared to Max Crosby. His measurements.
Okay.
The type of player
Crosby's
he is.
a nice player. He's a very, but the question is, am I taking that guy number one? No, absolutely not. I'm not taking Max. Then I take Kyle Hamilton at that point, who's a very good safety.
Exactly. That's how I feel too, because I'm looking at like, damn, Max Crosby's cool. You know, Max, he gets to the pressure.
But he's a number 2 type guy. I don't mean overall. I mean, like I'm saying, defensive lineman, like
tier wise.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like Josh Allen, you want as like your number 2. Who are you gonna pair him up with as your number 1? Because it was Calais. It used to be.
Josh Allen is definitely no knock on Josh, but he's definitely number 2 edge rusher.
Yeah, but if I'm saying, imagine if you got an actual number 1. Let's say it was Chandler Jones or Randy Gregory, and you put that alongside Josh Allen. Let me just hypothetically put this out there. Let's say the Jags just stick with Walker Little and Cam Robinson. They don't address the exterior of the offensive line. Mm-hmm. Let's say they go and pay Chandler Jones, and we're like, oh my God, like, okay, you got your number 1, you got your Josh Allen. Then we'd all speculate, well, maybe they're gonna take an offensive lineman then a number 1 since you got the DN, and they still go and take Aiden Hutchinson for the future alone.
That would be insane.
Oh my! That offense, that is sack. Like
that reminds me of some 49ers type shit.
That is just
some Washington Football Commanders type.
That D line is going to be eaten with Devon Hamilton stuffing up the middle. You still got Roy Rob.
I don't know how to make sense, but man, this rotation. It'll be guys coming in left and right. You know what I'm saying?
And Tony Chason would come into his own then.
He'll have to. If he doesn't, he nees to be going. He needs to be in the CFL.
But yeah, he's got one more year to prove it to me because I'm not going to judge him off. He sucks. Because as of right now, yeah. But what I'm saying is like you can't just take it black and white. You got to look at things in its proper context. Also, he has not been put into a position where his position is going to help him succeed when you watch him.
But this is why I think about.
But he still needs to produce, though.
I think this is why I never liked Chase Young from the get. I always thought that coming in, I said that's one player I did not want the Jaguars to draft for that second first round pick, and lo and behold, we did it. Yeah. I wanted Jefferson. We were supposed to get Jefferson, but somehow, some way, someone fell in love with Chase.
We could have had Jalen Reagor, man. Come on.
Yeah, but Jalen Reagor and Chase on that same path. Yeah. But I mean, the dude only has two more sacks than me and you. But anyways, I'm looking at Chase on like you're brought in to be the unique Ngakoue replacement. Yes. You're not that. You're nothing close to that.
He's not.
So I think his time is. I think he's about done, man. Unless he has like a huge 180 turnaround this year, which is very possible.
You have to put him in that position to succeed.
But if
not
he fails
have him
with a third coaching staff.
I agree.
If he doesn't even look good in training camp, he's gotta go.
I agree.
But anyways, going back to the position of needs, I'm looking at running back. Travis Etienne is definitely running back 1 right now. Yes. I'm pretty sure he's going to heal completely fine from that Liz Frank injury. He's going to be good to go. But I'm looking at running back 2, James Robinson towards Achilles, second to the last game. Well, third to the last game of the season. He's not going to be back for a while. Okay. Do we pick a running back up in free agency, like a cheap guy? Or we try to get one of these guys later in the draft, like a Damian Pierce, to beat that kind of like that Lightning and Thunder.
Go Gators.
Yeah. I mean, like, I'm looking at some of the running backs out there that we could possibly get.
I swear to God, if the Jags take a running back in the top four rounds, anything after 4, fine. If we take a running back in the 4th round, I'm going to be pissed.
I would like someone like Marlon Mack. I think you can get him pretty cheap.
I don't know if you get him.
Darrell Williams, you can get him pretty cheap. Yeah. I think Sonny Michel will be cheap as well.
Leonard Fournette, come back to Jax? Question mark?
I don't know how much money he's going to demand.
Leonard and A-Rod back in Jacksonville?
But I would like Marlon Mack.
That's fine. That's Sonny Michel. That's cute. Yeah.
Or... Yeah, that's really about it. I mean, I think other guys.
I mean, I'd rather just draft a guy at that point. I'd rather just take a guy in the 5th or 6th round and call it a day.
Would you take one with a second, third?
No. If we take a running back in the top 4 rounds, I'm pissed. Top 4 rounds, I'm pissed.
So what if
we have too many other needs to address than running back?
Yeah.
Way too many.
Yeah, I feel you. Also tight end as well, but I think we're gonna be able to sign a tight end for agency.
We will, but I just want Dan Arnold to be number 1 and given that opportunity because I think he has that potential.
Yeah, but I think I've said all I had to say about the Jags.
Yeah, Jags, man. We really went on a tangent.
Real big
we
talk
just
next
always.
Week. We haven't really been able to get to the Jags in this podcast.
Yeah,
we our first Jag discussion for real.
We've definitely had our Jags talk. We've definitely talked about Dougie P and some of the whole Trent Baalke stuff. We've definitely dug into the Jags.
I ran about that.
We've had our discussion. We even did last week too. We talked, I think, briefly about something Jags. I can't remember off the top of my head.
We just got into the meat and potatoes of the Jags.
Definitely. Well, we're gonna transition out of the Jags. We're gonna kind of transition into the NBA. Kind of wrap some of this stuff up with the podcast, and that we're kind of going on a little bit of a tangent too. But his Golden State Warriors, they've been struggling, man. The last 10 games, I believe that they're 2-8. They're not playing very good basketball right now. You can credit that to Draymond Green being out. But then, my Utah Jazz, they've not been playing horrible. I mean, they're 7-3 in their last 10 games, but I mean, 2 bad losses to the one bad loss to the New Orleans Pelicans, and then they just lost last night as I'm recording this to the Dallas Mavericks in Dallas. The Jazz look like they're kind of, I guess, just trucking along as well right now too, man. Just kind of talk to me, man. What do you think about the West, the way it's shaking up right now too, man? And is it time to panic with the Warriors?
Not yet. We're not healthy. However, man, you got to get some wins, and it starts tonight as this podcast is being recorded. Now,
versus the Clippers.
So before the podcast drops on Friday, we face the Clippers and the Nuggets. I think both those games are winnable.
You're losing to the Nuggets.
I don't think so. We played good last night against the Nuggets with our back.
I know.
With
nobody.
Yeah,
I know.
But I think
you're going to play in the MVP.
And another thing too about the Nuggets, man, we've played them. The 2 games we lost earlier, we were up the whole game. We blew leads. Well,
but you're also playing at Denver, is what I'm saying.
And I think we can win this game Thursday. But I could be wrong. I've been wrong a lot this year about the Warriors after All-Star break. But anyways, on a 5-game scale, I think we win tonight. We got to beat the Clippers. The Clippers just lost by 30 to the New York Knicks. We lose to the Clippers tonight, then I start panicking. We face the Clippers, the Nuggets, and then we have a homestand of the Bucks, the Wizards, the Celtics, the Spurs. When the Wizards game, we should see Draymond back. He says he's going to be back by that Monday.
By the 14th, yep.
We might see James Wiseman back by that Spurs game, March 20th.
Not happening.
They already said he's already training for the G League right now. He's playing the G League games.
Oh, that's right. I did see that. Yeah.
So we have I'll say about 14, 15 games left. Still got the Lakers one more time. We're going to beat them, I think. We got them at home. The Suns game is very pivotal. The Jazz is going to be very pivotal. We got to go out and beat these East teams to make the record look a little better. We face Memphis again. So would
you feel comfortable if you guys finished off in the 3 seed? If y'all dropped to the 3 seed and Memphis overtakes y'all?
No, it would be Memphis. Memphis is currently the 2nd seed right now. So yeah, I would feel comfortable. I like us to beat the Nuggets in a 7-game series. I really do.
Okay, I mean, I would pick y'all.
If we're not healthy, I think we get swept.
Yeah,
if we're healthy, we just gotta get healthy, man. Health is the biggest thing. We're still a game within 2nd place. Jazz are 2 games behind us now right now.
Really, we're only 2 games behind y'all.
Yeah, 2 games.
Wow.
Well, does it go by wins or losses?
It's accumulation of both. Whatever it says GB, just take the difference.
Oh, all right, so we're 3.5 games ahead of y'all. Hold on, let me see, 11.
I mean
2.5.
Okay, yeah, damn. Yeah, the Jazz, I mean, we've got this month, I know it's March 8th as we're recording this, but the month of March, we had 11 road games, which we just finished up a 5-game road trip versus Dallas. We went 3-2 in that road trip. And then we have 6 home games. We're coming back home to play Portland on TNT tomorrow night, Wednesday night. That should be a win. That shouldn't be a problem. My thing is with the Jazz, it's just health. I really don't care if we finish with a 4 seed or a 5 seed. If we drop anything lower than that, then that's on us for playing bad basketball. But I mean, ideally, I'd like to get a 4 seed just so I have home court advantage in the first round. But it's health, man. But there's no excuse for losing to Dallas last night in the fashion in which we did, where Donovan went 17, 4, and 9, 5 of 19 from the field, 2 of 9 from deep. The Jazz just didn't pick it up until the 4th quarter.
Just that shit, man. Is
and the thing is, I get it. That was the very end of a road trip. They're playing on a back-to-back. I didn't expect them to win, but it was the fact that they felt like they were getting their butts kicked until the very, very end of the game. you had a healthy team. There should have been no excuses. Mike Conley was there. Bojan just hit a franchise record 11 threes the previous night at OKC. Like I said, I think some of it had to do with late travel. They probably didn't get to Dallas till very late. I get it. And it's the very end of a road trip. You were gone for 10 days from Salt Lake City. But Jazz need to start picking things back up together, man. As long as we get into the playoffs healthy, I think that they can absolutely compete with the Warriors, the Suns, the Nuggets. I think that they can compete with everyone. I'm just tired, man, of the Jazz just always playing with our emotions, man. Like, it just when we finally have a team that we both like the Warriors are a very good team. The Jazz are a very good team. Like, we expect winning. I'm tired of consistent losing, like letting us down type deal. You shouldn't be losing to the Lakers and letting a 37-year-old LeBron drop 56 on you.
Facts.
The Jazz should not be letting Luka Doncic, who versus the Utah Jazz in his career has the fourth worst scoring output, drop 36 and 16 on us. Like, come on.
And also, I'm looking at these Warriors games, bro. Like, in the 5 games we lost, right? First of all, this losing skid has barely been dating, but this inconsistent play, this what in the last 10 games we're like 2-8.
2-8 in your last 10 games.
Bro, we lost bad to the Knicks before the All-Star break, right? We got blown out to the Clippers right before All-Star break. Came back, we lost to the Nuggets by a buzzer beater before the All-Star break. Came back and beat the Blazers. We were up the whole game to the Mavericks by 27 points. We lost that game by 6. We went to Minnesota. We got blown out by them. We went to the Mavericks, played a competitive game against them. Then we went to LA. We're up like 15 the whole second half. Like you said, like I respect LeBron. LeBron's a phenomenal player, greatest of all time, arguably. You know what I'm saying, like that. But bro, like I'm seeing someone like Wiggins, bro, and he's back on that bullshit again, man. Like he is back on that. Like
what did I tell you?
He's scared to drive because he can't hit free throws. He's like 4-30 in his last 34 free throw attempts, bro. He's scared to get to the line. He can't hit free throws anymore. He's not playing with confidence. Like the minutes that Steph's playing is all over the place. Like there's no consistency. Like I understand we're a small team. They should have addressed that before the trade deadline. They should have got in the big. They should have traded for someone like Mo Bamba
or Andre Drummond. They
should have went into the buyout market. DeAndre Jordan's still out there. Bring in somebody, bro, that can be a rim protector. I don't care how old he is. Yeah. If he's at least 34 years old, bring him in and just let him contribute somewhat.
Somehow.
Like you got guys that be elite side there, bro. He's not good. There's a reason why he wasn't getting minutes for the Heat last year. I mean, like this team is so out of place, bro. I mean, we just gotta get Draymond back. He brings back that defensive anchor. That floor general. To get Steph to not have the ball in his hands so much to the point that he has to make for others, where he can just create on his own ISO buckets, stuff like that. I mean, against the Mavericks, bro. I mean, oh my goodness, bro. I'm watching the last few minutes of the Mavericks game last Thursday. We're only down by 3. Jason Kidd is calling simple defensive plays. When Steph gets the ball at the top of the key, we're going to double team.
To blitz him. Yep, they were blitzing him.
And we're going to make other people shoot. Jonathan Kuminga knocked on a couple of shots, but after a while, he started missing. If I'm Steve Kerr, and I don't know who the decision it was. I don't know if it was Steph or Steve Kerr. I'm leaning more towards Steve Kerr. You have one of the best ISO scorers in the game. Why are you calling screens for them? Do you not see what's going on?
Yeah.
They're blitzing him.
And the thing is, he doesn't even have his real pick and roll partner with Draymond, where he can then flare to him and then he can drive and pick it out.
You don't have your pick. Your roller is not Draymond. Yeah. Like Jonathan Kuminga is not a playmaker like that.
Nobody is a Draymond.
Juan Toscano Anderson cannot do that. That's why Draymond is so important, because you can do stuff like that when Draymond's on the court. When he's on the court, bro, play 5 out or something. Call down screens for Clay.
Yeah.
For Moses Moody, for Jordan Poole, I don't know, but man, like Steve Kerr, which I don't like his coaching style so much at times, bro, because he forces his philosophies on personnel that don't match it.
Yeah,
you have to be able to adjust, and that's why I don't view him as a top 15 coach of all time, bro. Man, I know he's gonna get the credit because of what he's done, bro, and he's brought in a different mindset to the team and stuff like that, but. I mean, it's getting to the point, man, like, what are you doing? Like, I also am seeing someone like Jordan Poole, who I know can get a bucket anytime he wants. You're making him be on the court when he's on the court, when Steph's not on the court, he should be the primary playmaker. Let him facilitate, let him create on his own. You got him out here doing, like, the shit Steph does.
Mm-hmm.
Give it to Kevon Looney. You run down screens. You run around the baseline, stuff like that. Like, that's not his game. Only Steph can do stuff like that.
Yeah.
Clay can do stuff like that, bro. Like, you got to know your personnel, bro. And that's why we're on a losing skid, man. I get Draymond not being there, bro, but we're too talented of a roster still, in my opinion, to be, like, suffering like this. But, like I said, the season, in my opinion, really starts tonight. You win tonight, okay, and then
You're back on track.
I'm back on track.
Y'all lose to the Clippers at home.
We lose to the Clippers at home, bro. We're toast. That's it. We're done.
Yeah. We really lose a lot of confidence.
We might F around, and I know I'm getting passionate because it's my Warriors. We might mess around and get to the fifth seed, dog, or the seventh seed. Real talk. Like,
y'all drop some of these.
We might get into the play-in game while you playing, bro.
All right. Let's pump the brakes,
bro. I'm trying to tell you, bro. Like, I've seen this team play last year. They were doing the same shit they were doing last year. They were winning games or losing games they shouldn't be losing. They can never get on a winning streak. This team, for some reason, they don't know how to win. Like, it started off early. It was fun to watch, but I mean, it still is fun to watch. But like I said, season starts tonight. You beat the Clippers. We back at square one. You go to Nuggets, you beat them, we cool. You still won against the Bucks, though I'm really cooking. Draymond comes back on the 14th. Then that's when you really pick it up. You got the Boston, you got the Spurs. So I'm looking at these next few games, man. I don't see too many. As of right now, I see a few L's. I see the Suns being an L. I see the Memphis Grizzlies being an L. I see the Jazz being an L. And that's about it. And the Bucks.
So that one's in Utah, I think, too, right?
Is in Golden State. Oh, no. I don't know. I think that's a win. We play really well against y'all in Golden State.
Yeah, y'all do.
So, yeah. And I'm looking at the tough games outside of Memphis. Suns, Jazz, and Lakers are at home. Like, these are winnable games. Boston's at home. Milwaukee's at home.
Boston's a top defensive team.
They are.
Milwaukee's got the best player in basketball.
They do. And we suck against Giannis. For some reason, we cannot beat that team. We just fare terrible against it. But anyways, I know I went down my Warrior rant, but season starts tonight. By the time this podcast comes out, if we're at 2-0 these next two games, I'm jumping for joy.
Yeah,
because that means we good.
Took care of business.
We finna lock up the third seed at least. But if we split, okay, I'm cooling.
Yeah.
But if we 0-2,
all hell's gonna raise.
That's it, bro.
Yeah, and I'm feeling almost the same way when it comes to the Jazz. Like I said, I really don't care at this point. Seeding regular season, I said this at the very beginning of the season. I really don't care what seed we are. Mm-hmm. Just please let us be healthy because we haven't been healthy in the playoffs the last 2 seasons.
Exactly.
That's it. That's exactly how I feel. No Mike Conley in the first 5 games of the semifinals last year. I know we played in the closeout game, but Mike Conley was not healthy.
Yeah.
Donovan Mitchell last year in the playoffs was on a bad ankle, was not healthy. Mm-hmm. Bojan Bogdanovic in the bubble was not there because of wrist surgery. The Jazz continuously have playoff injuries. Please just let us go into the playoffs healthy so I can see what this team is actually capable of.
Same for me.
Then we can go from there. And yeah, I think both of our teams are still top contenders in the West regardless.
Because I think if we're healthy, let's say the Warriors, hypothetically, they get back to the 2nd seed, y'all lock in the 4th seed, or we're 3 and 4. I think we can spoil a team's first round for sure. Mm-hmm. I like us to beat if we're healthy, I think we can beat the Nuggets if we're healthy, and I like y'all to beat the Mavericks, and it'll be close.
Yeah, we would beat them in 6 if we were completely healthy. And if we had home court.
Moving on, we'll face the Grizzlies. I think we can beat Grizzlies.
You're beating the Grizzlies. The Grizzlies are pretenders. Y'all will face
the Suns.
Yeah, that would go 7 games, I think.
That'll be a tough one for sure. I like y'all to. It might be.
I think that would go 7. Yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised if we're in the WCF.
Yeah. It's really possible, but like I said, I think it comes down to health for both teams. It really does.
It does. I'll tell you one thing, man. It's gonna be tough next year.
For
the West.
Yeah, the West is. It's
be a dogfight. It is, man. Bro. But
it really is.
I want to talk about a few things real quick before we end.
What's up?
I want to talk about the games that happened this week. 2 things I noticed. Jason Tatum. He's good, man.
He's top 10 player.
He's arguably a top 10
I know you saw my post. He's a top 10 player.
I want to talk about it, man. I want to talk about Jason Tatum. So what was your ranking for the top 10
criteria?
Guys? Yeah.
So off the top of my head, no particular order. Giannis, KD, LeBron, Luka, Steph. Steph. I have to actually look at my list. I can't think off the top of my head.
And this is saying that Kawhi and Paul George are healthy, right?
Kawhi, Paul George. Paul George isn't the top 10 player even when healthy.
Okay.
But also Dame. So, yeah. So, I mean, Tatum, Ja, those guys are all in there. And then honorable mentions were guys like Chris Paul, Donovan Mitchell, Trae Young.
Top 10 player to you?
No, he's not. No. He's a top 5. Devin Booker's top 15. He's 11 through 15, but he's not a top 10 player.
Okay.
Tatum is number 9 or number 10.
I agree. Tatum's a dog, man.
Yeah.
And
He proved it to me. He proved it to the world. And when I was sitting there watching that Brooklyn game, I'm like, oh my, yeah, like
getting everything
we know the type of scorer that he is, but that really lamented it for me. He is.
That let me know one thing though about his scoring outage. He went crazy. Not one time he put KD on him. That lets me know KD's not fully healthy.
And
they're scared of risking the injury again.
I think KD also is mentally checked out because I don't care what nobody's gonna say. Obviously, KD wouldn't. I think he's tired of Kyrie's bullshit too. I think so? 100%. I know Kyrie's his boy. He's gonna always stick up for him publicly, at least. He's not gonna like dog him like on the bench.
One of the worst records in the league. The last
they're
30 games.
3-17 in the last 20 games.
20 games. Yeah, I'm about 20 games. Yeah.
3-17. And granted, that's been some injuries. No, Kyrie's not a full-time player. I don't think they're going to lift that mandate. I don't think that they're going to lift it. I think Kyrie's going to remain a part-time player. Dude, they might play the Raptors in the play-in game. Kyrie would not be able to play any of those games.
Yeah. It'll be one game. Plans one game.
No, not against Toronto.
Yeah, so let's say if they lose to Toronto.
Okay. Yes.
It'll be, and they'll have to play the winner of the. No, actually, no. If they lose to Toronto, that's it. They knocked out.
Yeah,
only the 7th seed gets a second chance. No, the 8th seed gets a second chance. My bad.
They both do.
Yeah.
They both do. 7 8 they get a second chance if they lose.
Yeah, 9th and 10th if they lose, they out.
Yeah, but look, I don't think Brooklyn will continue to drop games, but I mean. I think
they're playing the Charlotte Hornets right now.
Are they winning?
They're blowing them out.
Okay, yeah, but I don't know. I think, like I said, this is just my speculation. I think KD's tired of Kyrie's bullshit too. KD just wants to hoop. He left Golden State so he could prove he could be a winner somewhere else.
You think so?
Dude,
I don't think he cares about that.
I think he does.
I don't think he does.
I think deep down he does. Deep down he does.
I don't know, man. I think KD, like you say, he's all about ball, about basketball, about hooping and stuff like that. Nah, I just think
guess who's not hooping with him?
That's true. I mean, I think he just went to Brooklyn just to be in Brooklyn, honestly.
He went to Brooklyn to prove that he can actually, not because he couldn't lead a team in Golden State or in OKC, because he clearly could.
Yeah, he went to the finals. But he did it before. He just couldn't win.
Couldn't win with Westbrook
and James Harden
James Harden at the time because they were all puppies.
Yeah,
but I don't know. That's just my personal belief on it. But Jason Tatum is a top 10 player in this game. Celtics are pretenders, though. The roster construction's not there. They're a top 2 defensive team in the NBA. Udoka, is that how you pronounce his name? Ime Udoka, the head coach for the Celtics.
Yes, yeah.
Ime Udoka.
Yeah,
he's done a phenomenal job turning this team around, really. And they're like 3.5 games back of the 1 seed, I believe. But
yeah. And
I'm just not a believer in the Celtics. There's 3 teams that would definitively beat them right now. The 76ers, the Heat, and the Bucks would beat them in a 7-game series. But shout out to Jason Tatum. Shout out to the Celtics. Shout out to my boy Riley Color, biggest Celtics Jason Tatum fan out there. 8K followers on Twitter. The boy's popping. So, yeah.
2 more things about the East.
What's up?
The Bulls. 5-game losing skid.
Yes.
They went from being the second, actually tied for first, to 4th.
They're about to drop further, too.
Yeah.
No Caruso on ball hurt them.
Yeah. So we talked about it before the show. They're like what? They're 0-17 against the top 4 teams.
Top 4 teams in both conferences. Yes.
West.
When they played a top 4 team.
It's pretty. That's interesting, man.
Yeah.
How do you feel about the Bulls?
I mean, I was never fully bought into their hype even when they were healthy. I mean, I went to the Magic Bulls game and they blew my Magic out by 50 points. Literally by 50 points. So that wasn't very fun, but I got to see a good team. They are a good, fun, young team, but they just exceeded expectations. Let's just call it what it is. They're not...
I think because it's their health, man. I think if they were healthy, I think they'll still be in that top 2.
Regular season, but even then, even if they had Lonzo and Caruso, regardless of seeding, they're not beating the Heat. They're not beating the Bucks. They're not beating the Sixers. They're not beating the Nets.
I think they beat the Heat.
No. I see too many people dogging the Heat. The Heat are... I don't have them making the Eastern Conference Finals just because I have the 76ers and the Bucks. But can we put some respect on the Miami Heat? And I'm a Magic fan. I
like the Heat. I like the Heat,
Come
man.
on.
But, like, it's just something about them, man. Like, we seen this same team last year, now minus
I get it.
Victor Oladipo.
No PJ Tucker.
I get that, but
Spoelstra's the big one.
He is, but they got smacked against the Bucks. Now the Bucks did go and win a championship, but the Brooklyn Nets played a more competitive game than a competitive series than the Heat. The Heat, like Jimmy Butler was getting, he was nothing out there. Now they did bring in Kyle Lowry, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, okay,
difference makers and stuff like that. But
boy got cake. Hey,
relax,
pause.
bro. Relax, bro.
Yeah, pause.
But anyways, man, off the Bulls real quick, because I feel the same way. It's definitely
They're a first round exit. That's cool. It's fine. Nothing to worry about.
kind of is, man. They got some investments. You got to pay Zach LaVine.
The MVP.
You think Zach LaVine returns next year?
I think he will, but he's turning into Bradley Beal for me. He's just turning. I know that might not be a fair comparison. That's what he's turned into. Zach LaVine has so much potential, yet he never utilizes it. This man is probably one of the more overrated ISO scorers, like top ISO scorers I think I've seen and heard.
Zach LaVine,
yeah. No. It's not because Zach LaVine's not a bucket. This man is absolutely can be a killer. He can hit from anywhere. Because obviously, in his days in Minnesota was just taking it to the rim, being a high flyer. But he developed that game
for sure.
Absolutely, but he's not the prolific isolation scorer that I think people just give him credit for. He's turned into Bradley Beal for me.
Bradley Beal led the league in scoring, though.
Okay, but Bradley Beal is one of the more overrated players, and he's been one of the more overrated players.
You're a Gator. How could you say this?
Dude, I love me some Bradley Beal, but I'm just keeping it a buck, bro. Yes, he is.
You just saying that because...
So do you think the Wizards should give him a Supermax?
Yes.
Absolutely not.
Yes, absolutely.
What, are you paying a guy to get 30 meaningless points?
He's not meaningless. I mean,
yes, they are.
No, they're not.
He's been this way. Yes, he is.
He's not. If you put him on...
There's a difference between scoring 30 points and it making an impact and scoring 30 points and it being ineffective.
Okay, so you put him on any of these teams in the top 10 in the East or West.
Who, Bradley or LaVine?
East, Bradley.
Okay.
They're making deep runs in the playoffs.
So, the initial report was Embiid was pushing for Bradley Beal to Philadelphia.
That would have been amazing.
Okay, I agree. But he's playing with Joel Embiid, who's a top 3 MVP candidate regardless. Bradley Beal on the Wizards, which he's always been a Wizard, is overrated. And it's not because he's can't be a bucket, because that's all he's good for. That's it. And they're meaningless points. There's a difference between impactful points and meaningless points.
Wizards, bro. It's hard to win there, bro. I mean,
I get it, but even then, like...
Him and John Wall were running
Put it like this. Trae Young or Bradley Beal. You shouldn't even have to think about that.
Only because of the Eastern Conference Championship run last year. I'm going Trae Young.
Both are defensive liabilities. Who has better passing ability?
Trae Young.
Okay, who has a better shooter?
Shit, man. If you're going on percentages, I'm pretty sure Bradley Beal's a better percentage.
You know damn well Trae Young's a better shooter. Not even just based off percentages.
I don't know.
I'm just saying Trae Young.
Dog.
If they put up the exact same numbers, let's just say 28 points per game, who has more of an impact?
Okay, hold on.
That's what I'm saying. Trae Young's impact on his team is significant. You feel those points. Bradley Beal, you're like, oh shit, Bradley Beal scored 28.
I think he just made it so normal that people are just like, oh yeah, he just went for 30 again. Who cares?
No, that's not normal.
He led the league in scoring like almost twice.
I get it. Okay, but Bradley Beal's impact is...
So can Trae Young have a better impact to the Wizards than Bradley Beal?
Yes.
So they're a playoff team.
Put Bradley Beal on the Hawks. Put Trae Young. Yes. And then put Trae Young on the Wizards. The Wizards would be significantly a better team. Significantly a better team.
They're barely significantly better than the Wizards now.
Okay. Injuries. And also they got rid of Cam, and they had their thing of injuries this year. The Wizards just suck.
Yeah. We'll talk about it a different day.
Yeah. We just got into a huge rant about everything.
Yeah, I got you. I got 2 more questions, my bad. The 76ers are 40-24. All right.
They're 5-0 with Harden, and they average 125 points per game.
They are 2 games back from the 1 seed. Joel Embiid is still cooking.
Correct.
If they get the 1 seed, Is Joel Embiid the MVP?
No.
Oh my gosh, Brett. I don't want to talk about it no more. Next question.
Go on. Nikola Jokic.
Why? How? He has the 1 seed. He's still putting up the same numbers. Brett, please.
Jokic is doing it without Jamal Murray and Michael Porter Jr.
He was doing this before James got there.
Okay, and now he has got James there to alleviate some of that pressure, and he's still putting up the same numbers.
That means he's still doing a damn job.
Okay, because he has another guy to help take some of that pressure off of him, because James Harden's a threat, because Maxi's a threat.
Okay, I'll give him just give hypotheticals then. So if James was never there and he ended up taking a 1 seed, would you give it to him then? You're thinking about it. I'm done. All right. Next question. Next question, dog. You're sick, man. You're sick, man. Anyways.
I have zero affiliation for Jokic. I'm just telling you my honest transparency.
He never would have got James to cancel out this little thing you're talking about.
Just forget James Harden.
And they would have took the 1 seed. Because they're 2 games back. Let's say they would took the 1 seed. Is he still not your MVP?
You'd be like number 2 for me. I'd still probably take Jokic over him.
How, bro? How? The dude is performing, winning. Jokic is performing, and he's still losing. I mean, they're on a 3-game winning streak right now. They're 9-1 in the last games, but
okay.
Oh my God.
Who's Jokic working with in comparison to?
But I'm just saying hypothetically, if he wasn't.
I know, I feel you, but still, I'm still taking Jokic. Jokic is having the better season.
That's cool. Whatever, a PER, whatever you want to go by, I get it. I mean, it's
every single advanced analytic is backing up Jokic.
Actually, you know what? I'm kind of thinking. I hope Jokic wins it. You know why? Because it hopes it rewrites this whole MVP narrative. By you give the MVP to the best player in the NBA if he makes it to the postseason. No more. Oh, just give it a certain because he's having a good year. No. Because if Joel, not Joel.
Because then Giannis wouldn't have won it when Harden was averaging like 36 points per game. Remember that in Houston?
Yeah.
People were like, "Oh, Harden should have won it." No.
But Giannis had the number 1 seed, didn't he? The 1 seed.
He had the 1 seed,
and he was still going crazy.
But also, Giannis was statistically having one of the greatest seasons in NBA history. Jokic is having one of the best seasons in NBA history.
Embiid is 6 seed. That's what I'm saying. If Jokic wins, I hope he does because
Jokic can be the 6th seed, and I still think he should win MVP over Embiid with the 1 seed. If they're literally playing the exact same way that they are, I'm still taking Jokic.
Okay,
considering what he's doing without Michael Porter and Jamal Murray.
If Jokic wins the MVP again while being the 6th seed,
correct. It's not rewriting no narrative.
Why would it not?
Because he's having one of the greatest seasons in NBA history. Did Russell Westbrook rewrite the narrative in 2016 when he was a 6th seed and won the MVP?
You got a point.
No, he did not.
He didn't. You're right.
He didn't. Because he was having one of the greatest individual seasons in NBA history.
You're right.
Jokic is the MVP.
No, he's not. If he gets the 1 seed,
Jokic better win that damn MVP. And I'm a fucking Jazz fan, man.
But anyways, moving on to the last question I have for you.
What's up? And then we'll kind of wrap it up.
We're definitely wrapping up after this. The Pelicans, what we at?
Right now we're at an hour 41.
Okay, that's solid. All right, last question, man. The Pelicans are the 10th seed. They're 27-37. They're a game back within the Lakers of capturing the 9th seed. So they're about to lock themselves into a playing team.
Correct.
Zion is getting healthy.
The bust?
No bust. You're the only one that thinks that too, by the way.
Okay.
But anyways, if Zion gets back with this team, could they possibly, with the way CJ's playing, with the way Brandon Ingram's playing, with Jonas Valanciunas, could they sneak into the playoffs and be the 8th seed?
Okay, before I answer that question, 2 things. Are we assuming Zion is 319 pounds as he is?
Well, there's been pictures. He doesn't look 319.
Okay, so we're assuming Zion's dropped significant weight, correct?
Yes.
Okay. And then before I also address my actual answer to that question, you just said you're the only one that thinks that, referencing me thinking Zion's a bust. You know, I was the only one in 2016 that thought Russell Westbrook is the most overrated superstar in NBA history.
Why are you talking? Just look at these numbers. These are not bust numbers.
Okay, that's fine.
These are for 37 and 15 and
that's
8,
cute.
39, 10 and 5, 37, 9 and 8, 34, 9 and 5. Those are not bust numbers,
that's
dog.
Cute. That's cute. The best ability is availability. But what I'm saying, though, is that I will read that in 1 second. What was I just saying about?
You're talking about the weight.
the weight, but then I also said that, I was also the only one in 2016 that thought Russell Westbrook is the most overrated superstar in NBA history. That, not even a mirage, averaging a triple-double for a season. It was the most overrated thing I'd ever seen in my life because of the way he plays. And I was, for years, literally looked at as, like, from my peers and my friends, like, you're effing stupid. You don't know basketball. Mm-hmm. I'm like, dude, people are so blind to how bad Russell Westbrook actually is. Mm-hmm. Even though he's, like, individually great, like, he's just not a good team player. Mm-hmm. So I was in the minority for that, and that panned out pretty damn well. Mm-hmm. I'm sticking by it. Okay. Not Jokic. Zion is a bust.
All right, now.
But he's still a good individual player when on the court. He's still a good team player when on the court. This man is not going to stay on the court for long in his career. That's just my vendetta. Yes, the Pelicans, if they lock up a play-in spot, I hope that they play the Lakers so that they can beat the Lakers, because they will. They will beat the Lakers in LA, and I hope that it's in New Orleans, because that would be even funnier if Anthony Davis came back and lost in New Orleans. Regardless if Zion's there or not, I think that the Pelicans would beat them. They're a team that's hungry, wants it. They're not old. They're going to go after it. Herbert Jones and the rest of these role guys are going to lock in and do their thing. Valanciunas, CJ's obviously been a huge upgrade for them. Yeah, the Pelicans are absolutely live. They're going to be a one-and-done team, regardless.
So you think they make it to playoffs if Zion comes?
I think even regardless if Zion's there, I think that they are. Just if they get the matchup with the Lakers. If they match up with the Lakers
right now, it's looking like... so it goes 7 through 10, right?
Yeah.
So they'll face the Timberwolves.
That's fine. They could give the Timberwolves a run for their money. I'd probably pick the Timberwolves if Ant's there, but we'll see.
Yeah.
But I hope they play the Lakers.
That's it. And we're going to cap it off with this. This news just got released that Bobby Wagner has been released.
Didn't I just say at the beginning of this podcast that Bobby Wagner needed to go also? I did say that. I threw that in there as well.
He might retire now, honestly.
He might.
The team will pick him up.
I mean, he's 33, isn't he?
How old is Bobby Wagner?
I know he's at least in his early 30s. Somewhere in there. Damn, Magic almost beat the Suns too. 102 to 99.
Beautiful.
102 to 99.
Damn, bro, that would have been a beautiful win.
Yo, shout out to the eventual.
He'd be 32 in June.
Oh, he's still somewhat young for a line. Not young,
yeah, but linebackers really don't like.
Yeah, he got like one or two. Go to Baltimore. Bobby Wagner, go to Baltimore. With Patrick Queen, make it happen.
That'd be insane. It depends how much you can get out of Bobby Wagner, though.
I'd like to see him go to a contender just for a year or two.
I'd like to see him play for Patriots.
I mean, this got rid of Van Noy, but we just talked about them being a cap hell. Unless he's going to take a veteran's minimum, but he's not going to take a veteran's minimum.
Yeah, but he ain't going to get no crazy deal either.
Yeah.
We'll see.
Maybe he comes to Jacksonville, just say, F it for 1 year.
Be the inside guy?
Yeah, definitely. But, hey, man, great talks today, man. Got some good stuff coming on the way, too. Still got some graphics on the way. Got the TikTok coming up as well, too. We got some really fun stuff coming up this week and just in these next couple of weeks as well, too. Podcast next week might turn out to be a little bit different. We'll have to just kind of game plan. We'll keep you guys updated on Twitter. I'll definitely keep you guys updated as well. Mm-hmm. But dude, great podcasting today, man. There's some huge news in the NFL. I'm glad we got out of the way from Rodgers and Wilson and our Jaguars. Yeah, because by the time y'all hear the next podcast, man, there's going to be even more and more NFL news. But we'll try to get down and break some of that down for y'all too, man. But appreciate you coming back onto the show again today. Mm-hmm. Great podcast, and as always, my guy. Any last words you got?
I don't know, man, but make sure you end the show off with your catchphrase, man.
Oh, most definitely. But thank you guys again for sticking around for another episode of the Don't Overthink It podcast. Make sure you guys go check out all of our socials. Those will always be in the links in the description down below. Whether you guys are seeing this on YouTube, on Instagram, or on Spreaker as well, I will make sure that you guys see that for Apple Podcast and on Spotify as well. But thank you guys again for joining the show. And last thing, don't overthink it. We'll catch you guys next time.